click and go live. Here we go.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right, Chris, drop a sick verse.
All right, here we go. No, can't hit him with that every
Here,
single
I'll give you a
man.
beat.
Yeah, Chappelle Show. It's the Chappelle Show.
We'd like to thank everyone for coming to the Deck One Awards. That was the worst beat ever made. Thank you to Special Keezy, the winner.
Chappelle Show.
You like that?
Then we had a little.
That was a nice little bend, man.
That's all you have to do with a harmonica to make it sound like good. Is just go back, forth,
Yeah.
back, forth, back, forth. The slower you do it, the more it sounds like you know what you're doing.
Is that a C? Is that a C?
Yes,
It is. It is in the key of C.
Yeah, once you start getting quick, that's where you got to.
It's in the key of C. D's nuts.
Oh! See, going too fast.
All right, I
Going
got
too fast. Don't
All right,
sound good.
I'll play along with Carver's playing.
By far the wackest pre-show. Whoop whoop.
All right,
What up? What up, Vinny Mac?
start it whenever you're ready, Carver.
All right, man.
Look, last week you got a cool rap. This week you get me and Carver.
Yeah, you guys get a by the campfire song. Well, I'd like to thank y'all friends, all of y'all for tuning in. Thank you for joining us today. Well, the deck's been down and it's on the shelf. All right. Let's bring it in, boys.
Is it the end of the world?
We need a new intro.
It is
All
the
right,
end
we
of the
do.
world,
I don't know what to do.
and it's
Yeah, let's
also
do a new one soon.
the beginning.
Let's make our own.
All right.
How about that?
beginning
All right.
of a brand new, solid, juggalo
Shirtless intro?
assault.
Yeah.
Just the thought.
Just shirtless.
We spilled the beans right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is Deck One Dump. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, and these are my friends.
Hey, what up? This is Just Chris or Just Chris. The options are endless. Carver Law. and underneath me here,
DC
Carnival Fago guy.
virtually, to be clear, virtually, in case you didn't realize, virtually underneath me, he's not actually sitting underneath
Guys, they
me.
got me trapped in a box, and I don't know how to get the fuck out of here.
In
Can
case-
somebody please help?
We actually cut a hole in the table. He's under the
Exactly.
table.
In case you were wondering, that is not a dimensional rift. He is virtually.
We need a DC here to be our shaman through the Cabal.
We do, because we fuck with Cabal. Cabal is the shit, but the thing is, we don't know much about the lore. I'm more a fan of Loki. I'm not as hip on Mr. Gray and Buckshot, although I do know about them colloquially. You know what I mean? Mr. Gray being from Guerrilla Voltage, Buckshot is a big
Yeah,
name. In the
me
horror
too.
world.
I know about them closely, and man, they're great.
Yeah,
I know about a Fallopian Lee also.
colloquially. I know
Yeah.
colloquially as well.
Yeah. But yeah, man, thanks. Yeah, thanks.
But
for
yeah,
that.
so that way you can be here to kind of lead us through the lore of it, because there is a lot of lore to this. It's kind of like the underground Dark Lotus almost, where
Yeah.
you've got a lot of lore and storylines going with it, and etc.
Well, and I will say this: Buckshot's not being too revealing to me. He's kind of leaving it up to imaginations. Every time I try to like say where's this leading and kind of make my guesses, he kind of is like, well, I don't want to spoil nothing. So it's also kind of open for interpretation. All I know is there's a bigger story that's at play here, as well is all I'm getting from him. So I mean, if you have a guess, your guess is probably just as good as mine.
Word.
Ah, shit.
We're here.
Well, I'll say this. I couldn't really differentiate between, like, I guess there were 3 different rappers on this album. I didn't really, you know what I mean. I will just save it, but yeah, I went through the album. I didn't really hear 3 rappers on it, but
you were saying that like you thought that it sounded like cohesive, but every song sounded almost the same, and I didn't get that as much. But we can talk about that when the album comes on. But yeah, Cabal the Pit is what we're going to do. There are a few things I do want to touch on.
Yeah,
first.
we got some our famous banter, right?
Our famous pre-show banter.
First of all, suck my Cabals. Am I right?
Oh, funny punny guy, funny punny guy. No, but
Never again.
something I wanted to bring up. I kind of touched on this before the show, but you have not yet heard Little Pink's diss track to Violent J.
I have not. No, I didn't even know anything about it. You guys said something about it. I thought you were talking about Violent J made a diss, but it's some guy named Little Pink.
His name is Lil Pink. He is a follower of the show, at least on socials.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he made a diss track to Violent J. Violent J called him a fucking nerd, and that pissed him off.
Jay,
because he had a photograph with Twisted. And he hit Jay up. It seemed like he was hitting Jay up for like a chance to be on a concert with him or something. And then Jay called him a fucking nerd and showed a picture where he was with Twisted. And for that, he thought diss track time. You know what I mean? Now,
Quit listening to that damn alien music.
And the reason I had brought that up is because we were talking about Melly Mel last week. Remember?
Yeah.
And we said he had created the worst diss track of all time to Eminem.
Yeah.
All right.
Melly Mel.
So we're
Melly Mel in the place.
DC, I don't know if you'll see it the way we have this set up, but I mean, I don't know if you've watched. Have you watched the video already?
I didn't watch. I watched maybe like 25 seconds.
Oh,
of
what
it.
did he
Like,
change it?
Yeah, we're done.
Did he change his name and dye his hair pink?
No. This is Lil Pink. I know who you're thinking of. This is like the Wish for.
Oh yeah, this is not that guy.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking of.
You're thinking of the other guy.
Other guy.
Hey, check this shit out. Check this out. Look. Violent J texted him and just said,
"Holy moly,
fucking nerd." See.
So Violent J. It looks like Violent J literally screenshotted Lil Pink at like meeting Twisted and texted it to Lil Pink and said, "You're a fucking nerd."
Yeah.
Is that what his girl calls his penis? Wait, why is she even in the
Dude,
Because she's hot, bro.
dude, she's a thick. Look at that belly. It looks like Anna.
I'm not saying like she's not hot. I'm just like, why is she in there in a bikini at a gas station?
No, this shit's clipping today.
He loses me because he's like rambling over the beat. He's not even fucking rapping.
I know he doesn't even rap to the beat.
So that little beat guy actually like reached out to me wanting me to review an album of his,
Really?
and I told him I'd give it a listen, and I made it like 4 tracks in and I stopped it. So I'm glad I didn't tell him I would do a review because I didn't want to commit to that.
Yeah.
He seems like a nice enough guy,
Yeah,
but
he
like,
seems like a cool dude, but yeah.
look at that juicy fat ass, man. You ain't into that? At the gas station.
At the gas station. Bro.
That's probably a girl he met at the gas station.
Right. He's just like, hey.
She was already there.
She's like,
he's
"Can
like,
I
hey,
get a-"
hey, come and be in my song.
She's like, can I have a cigarette? He's like, I'll give you one, but you got to dance to my song.
Yeah, he's like, come dance on my song. Come dance next to me in your thong. I want to see you dance. I want to see you in there. I want to see you get in my pants.
I'm going mainstream, your old news.
Stop!
right.
Stop!
Bro, it's hot fire.
Just stop.
You don't think he got Jay?
Just stop. Dude.
What
You
do you
don't
think
think he
of-
got Jay,
Just
bro?
shut up. Just
What do you think of this?
You're rating 1 to 10.
there is no rating on it for
Negative
this.
17.
I know. It's got to be 11. It's got to be a 17. On a scale of 1 to 10, I rate this 17.
Negative 17.
17
gonna
on the butterfly
I'm
scale,
gonna have to agree
boys.
with DC on this one, man. Oh my god,
Dude,
Yeah.
I fuck.
It's bad. Like he's not even rapping. I'm like, this isn't like.
What
Was this some
are
kind
the
of
comments? What are the
audio
comments like?
essay you were doing? or
Oh, the
what?
comments rip him apart.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I know there was some pretty. You got. I love the first one.
Like,
you
this is
got
the
hidden-
thirstiest rap I've heard in a while. Well,
you-
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say you got hidden talent. Please keep it hidden.
That's actually funny.
Yeah. Oh man, rough man. Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah.
I flushed the toilet and it sounded 1,000 times better than this track. Hashtag facts.
He did every possible thing wrong you could do in this song.
Yeah.
Video and music. Like, you can't hear the lines. There's no fucking there's nothing. He sets up nothing. He has no like jokes in there. He has no actual dissing. Like, and then you got a girl dancing in your video, like, not to knock her, but like, give me a fucking break.
Oh,
Come
I'll
on,
knock
bro.
her all right.
Yeah, come on, bro. You gotta.
Come on, Chris. You say you dig big girls. You ain't into that?
I like big girl. On a joking sense, I will say I like that, but let's be serious. No, absolutely not. That's like
That wasn't it, bro.
Don't get me wrong. I would fuck with that girl if I needed a place to stay. You know what I mean? Like, if you need a place to stay and like a warm meal, fuck with her. You know what I mean? Because she's probably got food stamps. She'll get you fed. She'll give you a little top. You can watch her Netflix, take her password, that type. That's the kind of chick that is. You know what I mean? I hope that's not his actual girl, because man, that would be tragic.
And I don't even think in his mind, he probably idolizes Violent J.
Yeah.
This is just him trying to get attention. He's like, oh, I'll diss Violent J. A lot of people have the big.
I mean, look, he's got 10,000 views on that
10,000
shit.
views, but it's kind of like watching
Train wreck.
Faces of Death. You know what I mean? Like,
It's bad, dude.
you don't want to tell people, oh, I like watching people die for entertainment sometimes, but like, you can't look away from that shit. You got to watch it.
Like,
And that's,
I
think
feel
what this
like
is.
like I have the same feeling. If you would have made me watch GILF porn,
Gilf porn.
like if you said, "Hey, check this out," and made me watch like
So
2
this-
minutes of that, I
so
would
wait,
have had
this
the
gave you a
same.
boner?
I would have had the same feeling.
I've watched
A
Gilf porn.
slight boner,
Dude.
but mostly moisture in the butthole.
There's some 75-year-old women out there that are still popping, bruv. You got to put a little lubrication on the old pickle, but you can slide in that mitten either way. I wouldn't turn a woman away because she was past 70.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, look, you might have to get some clips, pull some of that loose skin up, clip it together, tighten it up. You know what I mean? But bro, that's the kind of woman. She don't even got to work, bro. She don't even got to work. You can fuck all day. She don't got to work. She's retired. You got to go slow because you don't want to hurt her.
Are we still talking about Lil Pink?
I'm talking about fucking a little pink. yeah. But anyway,
No, I didn't know that. So that's making its rounds. People are absolutely probably dogging that.
that's
I
a
would
big
ima-
thing.
I would
yeah.
imagine
That's
right now.
kind of a big thing.
There's no one that actually thinks like that. He got Jay on that.
I mean, he got what he wanted, though. He got everybody talking about him. For a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, that's the
So-
thing. If only for promotion, hats off to Lil Pink. You did a
hats
good
off.
job there, buddy.
Yep. Only for promotion.
Only
you
for
know?
promotion. As far as the diss level,
Violent J, you're a sad clown. I'm gonna really put you down.
Yeah.
Violent J, here I come. I'm gonna hit you in the bum. You're really dumb. Come get some.
oh yeah, here's the problem. You got my whole fucking life tainted, walking around with fucking ugly face.
You want to talk
painted.
about some?
You're a fucking old guy. You're gonna break a hip, motherfucker. Why are you always talking shit?
Look at my chick,
You wanna
she's
get up in my
dandy.
fucking inbox and telling me that I'm a fucking nerd? Man, your fucking lyrics—they're the worst I've ever heard.
That was literally better than what he did.
Yeah, just
That was more creative. You want to talk about some first draft shit?
You could never get with my chick. You can never get with her. She give you a handy. Look at my Fago. It's cotton candy.
yeah. I'm not into the guys who have like minimal rap skills and dye their hair bright colors. I don't get what that is. Why there's so many rappers out there with like lackluster, almost laughable rap skills, but they dye their hair a bright color, like, and then act humble. But anyway.
with like their trophy girls next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Trophy
the
meaning
girl?
like like
They're,
the
they're
the
always,
bowling
they're
like
always
the bowling
riding with
league.
it. They always ride with a fat
Hey,
chick.
yo, hey, quit
like
it
the
now.
bowling league trophy.
Oh shit.
All right. Anyway, guys. So thanks for joining us, DC.
Hey, no problem.
Bringing the heat. Bringing the heat. All right. So
hey! We did get a video sent to us by somebody who. Sorry, not to cut you off. Somebody sent us a video and said that this was going to be the new this segment at the gathering.
Was it this
oh,
one?
are
Was
you
it-
talking? Are you talking about the one?
Which one is it? Is it this one?
No, it's
This one?
Yeah, it's that one. It's yeah.
I kind of heard about that. Are you talking about the
It's going to be a new tent at the gathering where you can you can serve people.
Oh, okay. So like a
Yeah.
battle tent. Almost.
Yeah, like a battle dance tent.
Okay.
And
Hold on.
I guess yeah.
I'll see what it's.
Oh, when you said
I
sir,
think
I
you
thought you were
mentioned
talking
this.
about lawsuits.
No, I think you mentioned this. Like you said that we were all gonna. It's like a new
Lawsuits.
Juggalo dance.
Yeah, it's like the new
I've heard
Juggalo
of-
dance, and this is actually a video of Keezy performing this dance. So
Well, I've heard of
somebody
the-
got video. Somebody caught wind of video. A video of Keezy doing this dance.
Anh xin em chọn lời.
Oh hell yeah!
Chọn tình quên.
Thanks.
Damn man, you're moving.
How'd you get that video of
That's
me?
not.
bro? How are you doing that?
Is that really easy?
That's Keezy, dude.
I don't want to be. I don't want to sound like racist, but you seem darker. In
I had a
that video.
tan. It was middle of the summer, man.
Yeah,
What
man.
state were you in?
State of mind.
State of mind.
Yeah,
It looks like
that
Oh,
was
good one.
maybe Montana.
But yeah, anyway.
Wow, man. How'd you find that?
I don't
man?
know.
That was
but-
private.
I don't know, but that was really dope. Catch Keezy at the new dance-off tent at the Gathering next year, and he's the one you got to go up against.
Wow,
So-
that was. I'm gonna fuck you up. Come
Yeah,
against
dude.
me.
Kind of have to.
Why isn't that a tent?
That should be the dance tent.
It should be.
exactly. They should.
They
Yeah,
should
the
have
noodle
dance
arm.
offs.
The noodle arm dance tent. Yeah,
You'll catch me there.
they have dance
the
tents. at
wacky
night at
inflatable,
the-
inflatable flailing.
Arm flailing two men.
Why don't they make an air conditioned dancing tent? They had the movie tent air conditioned. That was like the only air conditioned tent at the whole gathering.
Didn't it not
Was the
work
movie
the
theater
entire
tent.
time? I heard. I don't know.
Oh man.
They should have a dance tent with air conditioning. Just a thought.
Anyway, so
Okay.
All right, move.
Next-
Moving on, guys.
next segment. Let me.
Fago has released a new flavor.
Really?
No, not really. Wouldn't that be some news though? We'd
That's
be,
it.
we would be the first.
Wow.
drop.
I'm like actually interested. I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah, exactly. We would be the first to drop that tidbit. Sorry, Juggalos, who got stoked real
Oh,
quick.
shit. I've been out of the loop since I quit the Fago factory.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot you worked at the Fago factory. Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Criminy, man.
Well, what other Juggalo news is there before we get into the shit? I mean, the pit. I'm just kidding. I like
No,
the
the
pit.
pit is actually shit. The shit. We're going to. What didn't we have one more thing we wanted to talk about before the show started?
Oh yeah, didn't we get in an argument before?
We
Yeah.
did get in an argument.
Oh yeah,
That
that's why
was
we were
just-
late today. We were literally arguing.
We were literally arguing with each other about literally the stupidest shit in the world. I
Okay.
wasn't arguing. I was just.
See, that's the problem is that you think it's stupid shit.
See,
Well, it's not stupid shit. I
That's
just
the
don't-
problem.
I
That's the
don't
whole
care.
problem.
I just don't. You know,
It's all your
you know in
fault.
Black and you know in Breaking Bad when they're arguing and Jesse's drinking the drink like this.
yeah, that's.
that was
That's how I feel. That's how I feel here almost all the
I just
time
want to
before
say,
the show.
but little buddy, it's not your fault. Okay,
Wow. Thank you.
we love you no matter what.
I just want to spend equal time with both of you. That's all. I just want my friends to be able to spend the night. I just want Gage to be able to come over and stay with us every once in a
No,
while.
we are discussing how.
But it's
we-
embarrassing when I bring my friends like DC Vago guy over here and you guys argue and then we're late.
The problem is DC. I'm going to level with you. Keezy didn't want you on, and I was fighting for you to be on the show today.
That's what happened.
Sorry, man.
That was
And,
what we were
we-
arguing
He's
we
about.
like,
got-
man, I already did one of these albums with
I
that
know.
fucker. I don't
I
want to
know.
do another one.
And you ruined my life last
And then
time.
he finally accepted it, and he said, "Okay, fine, let's put him in the corner." And Keezy's like, "I want him in the middle." And then there was an argument about that. And then
yeah. So we agreed to put you in the table, and so yeah.
table it is.
But it's fine. We
It is
worked
what
it
it
out.
is. At least it's not the corner.
Yeah.
Nobody puts
Right.
baby in the corner.
Exactly right. Exactly. That was the point that swayed that decision. Actually,
We worked it out.
we did.
Yeah, we did.
We figured it out.
I do
You know,
want
I'm
to.
actually sandwiched nicely between you guys, so I'm like the cream filling.
Yeah,
Right,
you're
right.
good. That's
Yeah,
perfect, dude.
Right.
I do
It's
want
like
to
you're
talk.
peeking out from under the table almost.
I was doing a little bit of research on the pit prior to us doing this album.
Yes.
I did watch DC Fago guy. I saw your unboxing of this album.
Woo.
I want to say the packaging. Like just watching you unbox that, I literally like opened a new tab and I almost went and bought it because I was
Right.
like, this shit is so fucking tight.
Yeah, it is.
It is fresh.
But I had to stop myself because one, it's $230 or some shit, and
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real. Like I would never wear the clothes that come with it. I just want the fucking.
really?
No, yeah, honestly, I just want the packaging. It's so dope. I'm gonna pull up
Dude,
DC's video
the
and
whole,
show you.
the whole fucking the whole kit they put together is just remarkable, especially for someone that's not on like a high dollar budget. You know what I mean?
Right. And that right there is exactly what the Yum Yum box set should have been.
Yes.
I agree.
A fucking
Yeah.
flower pot that opens up.
See,
Yeah,
and
and
has the
anything,
CDs in
anything
it.
even remotely, even just give us a fucking box. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a nice
They
box.
just slap discs in a
Damn,
case. It's
that's-
like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
That's pretty.
Give me $40.
No, wait, man. Like this shit is
So,
legit, bro.
so it comes in this like cool. Here, I'm showing DC's video here. This comes in the
Which you
this
can
cool
go to
like
his page, DC Fago Guy's page, and actually view it yourself.
Yep,
The
and
whole thing.
watches a 17-minute unboxing. He shows all of it. It's really concise, and he just shows all the dope shit. So
If you don't want to hear me ramble, Megs actually has one too that she put up.
okay,
Where it's
Oh, okay.
just showing everything. It's zoomed in so you can see everything perfectly and you don't have the ramblings of an idiot. So hers is actually probably even better to show.
I love that it came.
Shorter too.
I love that it came with a cassette of the previous album.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
It
I
comes with a
wasn't
cassette, it
expecting
comes with
that. I
this-
was like, oh shit.
It has this dope coin. Then like it has another like look he opens the ribbon on the side and it opens up to like this. It's like a cylinder for people who are just listening.
It's a hat. Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's basically a hat box. but it has
and it
like
swings open in sections.
compartments. And
Yeah, and it has like this dope
It's
art.
the pit. So
Yes.
it's actually the pit.
shit. Yeah. So then when you open to the middle section, it's the pit, and then when you get to the bottom, it's like at the bottom. Of the
I
pit.
want this motherfucker so bad.
Yeah, I know,
man.
dude.
If somebody wants to go in on it and have the clothes, and I'll take that. That's fine. But it looks so fucking tight.
Yeah, you remove the pit, and then you have like underneath the pit, there's like a flash drive.
Yeah, this is a
And
flash drive. This
Dude, how the fuck? So
That's
so it's got to be they're pulling all their resources and getting this shit. So what's the number?
autographed CD on the bottom.
What's the what is this limited to? Does it actually
It's
have a
limited.
number on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think it's limited to
150, I think.
Okay.
Oh, look, when you put the lid on, like you can see the eye straight, like perfectly through it and shit. It's so dope, bro.
Yeah.
And it's meant for the red one to sit on top of. DC shows it at the end. It's like the packaging is. They really knocked it out of the fucking park on this shit,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
So I'm wondering if one company does this. I mean, or you have to go through multiple companies to get something like this made, and then like a company to like put it together for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
All
bet.
three
I
of-
bet you
all
they
three
sit
of-
there and put it together because I think they only had like 100 or so. Is that right, DC?
Yeah.
150.
There's some of them that were more exclusive than that, and that was just some of the merchandise that has added stuff to it. I don't know if he put all that together, if it was sent to him like that. I don't know how he does that.
And that was.
I
the
know
last
he said
little
that the
box.
reason it cost so much is because it actually cost him so much to have it made.
Yeah.
So
The packaging
I'm
is
sure he
incredible.
incredible.
goes through
Reasons
another
it's
company that
expensive.
makes that. Another company makes it for them, but still, you
Yeah.
have to get that connection somehow. So that was one of them had that connection to know the company who would actually put that together for them.
Yeah.
That's like something.
it,
you have
it would
to
be
have a meeting.
Buckshot because he's done a lot of boxes. He did an album a few years ago with him and Kung Fu Vampire called Double Dragon.
Yeah, I remember
he
that.
made it into a sweet little Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
dope.
Is what the box is. It's like a
Yeah,
Nintendo that opens up.
whoever his connect is with the packaging is they're crushing it, man. Because
Yeah,
he's
dude.
really like that's the shit that stands out to me, like as somebody who likes collector's item type
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
especially
Yeah.
like the
Buckshot's
clothing is
killing it.
the clothing is cool and shit. But here I want to say this: I think the mob style logo is gay as hell. I hate it.
It looks like Xbox.
No, the mob style logo is that's cool. I'm talking about we're watching your video, DC. Still,
The Smoking Joe.
the
is that what you're
smoking
talking about?
guy, the guy that looks like he's like a mobster, but he's like a skeleton.
Yeah, I thought that was just Buckshot's logo.
It is. That's his
Okay.
mob style logo.
Oh, okay.
That's his like his hatchet man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Loki's got his own logo, kind of the mask.
Yes.
And then
Yep.
does Mr. Gray have a logo? Because I noticed on the front it looks
Yeah,
like
it's
3
that.
silhouettes.
Yes.
They call it the War Ball. It looks like a snow globe.
Yeah, he
Like a
shows it
snow
on
globe?
here.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, DC does talk about that in the video too. The shirt is really cool and it all looks great quality, man. I mean, if you're into this kind of shit at all, like I highly recommend people buying this shit.
That's
just
really, I like Loki's logo.
yeah, Loki's logo is very dope.
really sweet.
Here we're still watching the
Does he got? But he's got a mob hat on.
Yeah, that's this is what DC's talking about. This is a mixture of all three logos. It has
Okay.
the mask, the hat, and the war
That's
ball.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Someone in the chat asked if you were actually under the table. Yes, he is literally sitting under our table. We have a full
Yes.
design recreated underneath the table of his his broadcast room. So yes, it's a perfect recreation. We didn't want to let anything go to go to waste with our boy DC here.
It's actually the most comfortable spot here in the Declan Delt Studios. So
Right.
he's got the best seat in the house.
It's a magic portal, so only magic people can do it. But so that's why we never
Started
sit
a
down
dome
there.
within the dome.
Exactly. Right. An inner circle in the inner circle.
He's in the pit.
Deck 2 being dealt right now.
Yes, sir.
Shit. All right. So, nevertheless, man, I think I had to get that out of the way because I think the packaging on this is like far and away the coolest packaging I've ever seen for a CD.
I agree.
You know what? Like, step it
Usually
up.
you only see packaging of that level with video games. That's the only other place I've ever
Yeah.
seen that. Like the
Maybe
collector's
DVD
editions.
box set, like
Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
Like,
same-
I had a
yeah.
Breaking Bad one that was kind of similar. Actually, it came in a cylinder, and all the discs
barrel.
popped out. Yep.
Yeah, the barrel one.
You know what the next
But even
step would
that
be?
didn't have quite as much stuff as you get because in this Cabal like box, you're talking the flash drive, the coin,
yeah.
the deck, the clothing, the signed album. You're getting a lot of shit, and all in a really dope ass container as well. So
What were you saying,
they
Carver?
killed
I forgot what I was saying now. But no, the next step would be like doing literally models. Like
like figurines and
like
shit?
model like statues of the rappers and shit. like
Oh,
poses.
yeah.
That
He
would-
might as well do that. That
Yeah.
is the next.
And
step.
there's
Yeah, hit up
companies that do
McFarlane.
that shit too. I mean, the way they can 3D sculpt and shit now and make them
Yeah,
and paint
man.
them. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. You just gotta. That would be really dope to see, like, kind of figurines of the three. There you go. If any of the members of Cabal happen to watch this video at any point,
They've probably already
there you
thought
go.
of it.
There you go. Figurines
Yeah.
for the small figurines for the that we can all put on our mantles.
Yeah, man.
You know.
When you're an artist, man, you think that's one of the things you always think of is like how can modeling, the figurine, statues.
Well, I
shit
mean,
like
they're
that.
already kind of like the idea of the album, and correct me if I'm wrong, DC, you've alluded to this, is that they seem to be building like a pillar, like they're gonna eventually have a third album that will probably add to this.
You can tell there's going to be more to come, and there's another project, another group that Buckshot teased last year about this time. It's Kung Fu Vampire, Boondocks, and a guy named Shy One. I don't know much about him. They're going to be in a group called Warlock, and you can hear it in this album. There's references to Warlock. If you go listen to the Buckshot and Boondocks album that came out back in March called The Horde, The End Is Nigh, they have a song on there that's essentially Cabal featuring Warlock. And it's all connected somehow. To me, it feels like it's leading to there's this huge cabal or group of different entities, and essentially the plan is for them to eventually take over the world. Is
cool.
where it seems like it's going for me.
So Buckshot, they're essentially building like all this like deep lore, like that's
Right.
all connected, like Avengers style almost.
Basically, and when
that's
he
dope.
was talking to me about it, he said this is basically going to be an equivalent to like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just in the underground. So it's kind of like the mob style cinematic universe, if you want to call it.
The problem though is that Buckshot is in every single one of these fucking groups.
Yeah.
But that's where he's getting in the better direction, because I had that same thought that's the one thing stopping him from being the Kevin Feige of the underground is he's in these groups. But with Warlock, he won't be. It's going to be Kung Fu Vampire, Boondocks, and Shy One. He won't actually be it
Right.
in that. But then when they come together, they will. So it has me wondering who else in the underground he's talking to about doing more groups that eventually form this huge thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know where his direction's going. I don't know if it's just Cabal and Warlock or if there's more yet to come.
I like Buckshot.
He
Buckshot's
won't
big
say.
picture thinking, man.
Buckshot, if you need a
he is.
Thanos, just I'm here, man. Just hit me
Yeah.
up. I'll be your Thanos. I'm down, bro.
They already do
He's-
shit
he's
like
a-
that, right?
He's a fan of, he's a juggalo. He's a fan of Marvel. Obviously, he did the Underground Avengers back in 2012 with Boondocks and Class. So you can tell he's a fan of that kind of shit. Storyline driven albums. A lot of times they're themed with really no story. Cabal was really the first time that he added a story to the theme of the album, and he's really building onto that. So you could tell he's all about that shit. And you guys were talking about the figurines. I think he's probably already considered that because he's a big toy collector too.
Well,
he actually
Gage,
has a channel where he does unboxings of toys.
Oh, cool.
So there's no doubt in my mind he's already considered that.
Gage
I don't know if
actually
that's
pointed out
something he's thinking.
pointed out in the chat. Gage pointed out that Loki did do statues for a little while. He had a figure of himself and one of his oracles.
Yeah, that is true. The Eyes of Parasuva, there was a statue of that. believe they did one for Blood of Izu, which are both oracles.
Yeah, and I
then
want
there
to
was one of him.
reiterate statues, not like toys. Like legit,
Oh yeah.
display
Yeah.
pieces.
I think like it's really a shame that ICP isn't doing this kind of shit. Like you're like and this isn't a knock on Buckshot at all, but like he's probably as big as it gets in the underground as far as this kind of shit goes. But for him to be like outdoing ICP, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say a little bit ago. Like for you bigger artists out there, look at this shit. Like
Yeah, man.
look at the packaging there. Yeah, they're pulling their resources together and getting this shit done.
And there's
what's the excuse for these bigger acts?
Yeah, man.
And there's no way you can't tell me that you can't find 200 juggalos who would gladly pay $300 for a box set, a a Yum Yum's lure box set like this.
Bro, give me the next Joker's card in a box set like this. I'm paying $300 for it.
Yeah, I would gladly pay $300 for that
I
box.
swear to
set.
God.
But see, and that's the whole thing. So even if it's not cheap for them, they could still make money on it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Or imagine the first deck box set, which was a disappointment in my eyes. Imagine what that could have been with like cards and fucking all kinds of collecticals that came with it.
Actual
Well,
Joker's
it
cards.
does come with cards. I will say the first 6 box set does come with cards.
Okay.
Well, does it come with a full deck? It would be dope to have a full deck of cards.
all
with-
the characters in the first deck and
Joker's cards are actually Joker's cards. Like create a new
Yeah,
card
get
game.
them
Give me a
out.
minute.
Get them out because I've never had that.
Oh,
so
yeah. DC is actually going to go break that out. For us.
appreciate that, DC. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, but see, like even that was it was an underwhelming box because it was almost like a case, wasn't it?
Yeah, the packaging alone was a little underwhelming.
Yeah. See, it almost looked like a book or
I mean,
something.
it looks cool, but
It's a case. The lid pulls off just like that.
Yeah, so it's almost board game style. Just keep it going.
Kinda, yeah.
so I guess we're doing
But
a
it does-
comparison. Like,
It does have like these little things in there.
And are those the
It's like a
actual
cardboard package that has the actual Joker cards in there,
okay,
and these are all out of order. And that's driving me ape shit. I can't show them out of order.
so you can kind of compare what we're seeing right here. This is the biggest, probably the biggest box that ICP's ever put out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hands down.
Next to like an underground act that is putting their second album together, and it's way more elaborate.
Even their
way
first
more.
one was way more elaborate than anything ICP's ever done.
This is their first fucking deck of Joker's cards. Iconic.
Yeah.
This
You know what I
that
mean?
is their fucking legacy, and that's the treatment
and
it
that's
got.
all, and that's all they did with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, it's
maybe they'll give us a first 6 vinyl box set that will blow our fucking dicks off one day.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
yeah,
They'd want $1,000 for it probably.
yeah, right. That's another thing is they want that. They're kind of like they like that 100% markup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I knew Buckshot announced this box coming out like days before the gathering. So when I went to the gathering and saw the Yum Yum box set, that's why I kind of laughed at it. I was like, this is it. Because I
Yeah.
knew Buckshot already had something planned because he'd already done the pyramid. And I'm like, dude, what he's going to do is going to blow this out of the fucking water. And it did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's blown everything they've pretty much ever done out of water. But I don't know, man. They just don't have the
And
people
the thing
helping
where
them.
Buckshot really shines is he's got an imagination.
Yeah.
So to take him and have him consult merchandise, you know
Right.
what I mean, like the merch that he's
Why aren't
putting
they
out, even
hiring
the
this
quality of the
motherfucker?
jersey.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, now that since he's worked with Twisted, I'm sure he's on the blacklist. Unfortunately,
Well, it's
but
not just like
He
why
is.
won't they hire him, but it's also does he want to be hired? You know what I mean? He
I'm
might be-
sure
he might be cool. Like, I'm doing my thing, I'm
Bro,
cool.
I mean, he's an artist, but he's a businessman. I'm sure if they were willing to pay him what he was worth, he would work for him. You know,
If he's got that kind of imagination, he'd be able to help with them and do his own shit too. You know, when you're an artist like that, you can do both. You
Yep.
can juggle a few things.
Yeah, but what's
So
in
the
it
thing
for-
about Buckshot is he was the only artist not signed to Psychopathic Records that went to the march. So their reason for hating on him is completely bullshit. He was actually at the march. The reason why he's not invited to gatherings anymore, why they won't work with him anymore, is because in 2018, less than a year after the march, he put out an album, an Underground Avengers album, which has Boondocks in it. They put out that project through Magic Ninja. He wasn't signed to them, nothing like that. They just All Magic Ninja did was distribute it, and that was it. That's all they did with that album. And, you know, it was around the time that the gathering was going to happen. And, you know, Buckshot gets the call from Jumpsteady. He's like, oh, hey, it's gathering time. And Jumpsteady was immediately like, you know, we see what's going on with you and them. And unfortunately, we're not working with anyone who's working with them. So we won't be having you at the gathering. He details all this. Actually, the same guys that interviewed Mars recently in the pit, Tales from the Pit.
Yeah.
They actually did an interview with Buckshot, and he talks about it there.
Oh, cool.
So they stopped working with him purely because that one album that he put out through Magic Ninja. And it wasn't that he signed them or nothing. It's because Boondocks was on it. They decided to go ahead and put it out. They had done a show and caught some attention. And that was where George was like, hey, your next album, why don't we put it out for you? That's how that happened, because literally the next album after the next Underground Avengers project was strictly mob style music. It wasn't M&E. Yeah. So it was a one and done thing. And ICP like, nope, not working with you again. Damn. It's on some bullshit, especially considering Buckshot was the only motherfucker that showed up at the march that was not affiliated with Psychopathic Records.
Man, that's
some
like
shit.
Sounds like some petty shit, but
For real.
Me being someone who understands like the deep, you know, connections and then splitting up and all those feelings. Me being an artist, say if I were Buckshot, I would think like, if I work with these people, I know these people are not going to like me. Like you kind of have to have that in your brain. You have to know that. You have to realize that.
Yes and no.
It's not just going like, oh, I'm just trying to do music and man, people should like me no matter what. You got to understand that people are going to.
I would never have thought that, because I think that with almost every beef, like Jay has a petty side to him. You know what I mean?
But
I think that's what
being
Carver's saying.
Being a fan of ICP and knowing Jay, he should have known that.
Well, I know, but we can't put any marks on him for
no, not at all. It should be just like you.
And I don't think usually it is like that. I mean, because like you got to think like when Jay-Z and fucking Nas were beefing, or you know, Eminem and ICP and shit. Like Camps might beef and shit, but like you know, you can go off and do shit with other artists. That usually shouldn't be a problem. Like I think that's just being petty as fuck when you cut somebody off because
don't get me wrong, it
it
is petty.
It's different when you sign to Magic Ninja. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're signing to that label, you're kind of making a statement on your stance in that feud. But by doing a song or taking a photo with somebody, you're not taking a stance, man.
It is petty, and him
you're being Switzerland. You're saying, I don't have beef with either of y'all. I'm cool with everybody.
Jay wants people to take a side, and like I knew that as soon as they put out that Fago Lovers interview, I knew that like if you don't take a side, you know what I mean. If you don't pick ICP side, they're going to get rid of you.
Yeah, they'll pick a side.
The pettiness is so deep. Do you know the last time Jelly Roll was at the gathering? Was 2018 when that whole thing with Buckshot happened. Yeah. So Jelly Roll was booked to perform. He calls up Buckshot. He says, hey, I'm on my way to the gathering. You want me to scoop you up and we could ride together? And Buckshot was saying that even then he was kind of like, I don't know, man. They don't want me there. You sure? I don't want to get you in trouble. And Jelly's like, man, fuck that. You're not performing. You're just there with me as part of my crew. Let's go. So Buckshot went to the 2018 gathering. He just didn't perform.
Yeah.
And Jumpsteady saw him there. And if you remember in 2019, Jelly Roll was on Twitter basically talking about how he thought it was kind of fucked up that he didn't get invited back to the gathering.
I remember
and the excuse he was given was because we don't want to book the same acts too many years in a row. Yet that year they had Eshawn back, they had Kung Fu Vampire. You know, they had multiple acts back that they had booked for years. So he was kind of like, yo, this is fucked up. But it all makes sense. It all links back to he brought Buckshot with him. They didn't want Buckshot there.
And then that fucking blew up in their face.
Super fucking petty.
Because now Jelly Roll is like bonkers fucking huge.
My wife loved Jelly Roll.
Yeah. He's bonkers.
That's how I know he's really made it.
But I think for the future, everybody should understand that like Jay is never going to let go of this type of shit. It's going to be petty like this forever. Yeah. The minute you work with anybody from M&E, you know that you are not going to be in the.
But that said, I'm with Buckshot. If like he has the mindset of like that's fucking stupid, I'm not gonna deal with that. Like, of course, I'm with him. Like fuck you, man. If that's how it's gonna be, then I don't want to work with you.
Of course,
I'm 100% on Buckshot's side.
Of course, at that point you should be like, then I don't give a fuck about ever working with ICP. I'm doing this shit on my own.
And it seems like what he's doing. So to answer to wheel it back around. Fuck Buckshot working for ICP.
Another
gonna
interesting
say fuck
analogy
Buckshot. I was
I've
like,
kind of
what?
used is it's like in the underground, there's all these little caverns, right? And you got the psychopathic cavern. Sure, there's 50, 100 people in there. And they say, if you venture out and you go work with this person, then we don't want you back in our cavern. Well, I would rather go out into the big cave and mingle with everybody than be stuck in this one little cave.
Word.
So that's just kind of how I visualize it in my own little head of why I don't give a shit if people work with M&E, because they're going out there and they're getting themselves paid. They're going out there working,
Yeah.
and they're doing it with more opportunities than what's in this little cave.
But you know what? They're still keeping it real. Like even and we can segue this into the album, but even in the album, like they talk about, especially the first few tracks, they talk a lot about like the industry and their place in the industry and stuff.
Yeah.
So they have their own version of, you know, fuck everybody, you know, if you ain't down with us. So my point is, like, that's always been a kind of a staple of underground artists, especially horrorcore. Like that's and they're doing that and still keeping it alive. And what ICP has done is not really adhere to that as much these past, the past decade or so.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's start it.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's listen to this Cabal album.
Let's get this shit and dig started. Come on, everybody.
The Pit.
The Pit.
All right. I don't remember the cover looking like this, but anyway, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I think there was like
which one
multiple
are you
covers
seeing?
in there because I remember that like gray one with the kind of the
Yeah.
it had like the shield almost and had the you know what I'm talking about, the stone one.
Kind of
This
looks
is-
like a glyph.
this is the only one I know of.
Well, do you know what I'm talking about, DC?
I'll be right
It
back,
looked
guys.
like a lid almost. If you go to Google and type in Cabal the
Yeah,
Pit.
it's the gray one that looks kind of like it's got a glyph on the front.
Yeah, I took it as that was like the lid on the pit. That's the way I took it. And then you remove the lid and boom, inside it looks like
I would say you're right because they mention opening the pit, and then there's a part I think in Eidolon, maybe in One Dark Night, where Buckshot says something
images.
about spilling blood, and then it cracks open, and you hear like stone grind on stone.
It's all the
I actually like where you're at because when I seen that cover, I was kind of like, "What is this supposed to be?" And that makes sense that it's the lid to the pit.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it at first. Like it's down there. That like
This one?
Yeah, that looks kind of like a lid. Yeah. See, it almost looks like a coin or a lid of the pit. Is that the coin that came with it?
damn it. Oh,
The
fuck.
first one is the coin.
God damn it! I lost it.
If you find the one, oh Jesus, I gotta pull up my picture.
I almost had it pulled up and I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. I fucking hate this shit. Wait, is that it? There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look, you click it thinking it's going to make it bigger and then it doesn't. I'll learn how to
You
use
gotta
the internet
eat.
one day.
You gotta rub underneath a little bit. That makes it bigger.
Whoops.
There you go. That's
There it
Oh,
is.
see, now it works. Thank you for the tip.
So this is the cover you're talking about. It has like a coin with the Watchers on it, but that's
Yeah.
the Watchers.
The Watcher. Well, there was another side to this. It showed
I don't
both
know
sides
you
of the
guys are-
coin.
Are you looking at this one?
He's looking at the tail end of the coin.
Is this what you're
Yeah,
talking?
see, that's the one I was talking about. Yep, exactly. Where it has the silhouette of the three of them on the front.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chris. I feel like because you see stone, and that's like almost like an engraving, if you will, in the stone. So I think you're right. I'd say that that's the lid
Yeah.
or the top of it.
It almost reminds me of like a sobriety chip.
Well, the coin itself, but we were looking at the cover that I was referring to. But you
Yeah.
can't find
So
it
the-
on
the-
Google for some reason. I don't know why, but
The coin that you're
remember-
seeing, that's for the Watchers. That's the standard release. That coin is called a drachma token.
yeah.
Drachma token. And in the first album, the Watcher
Worst
had this
phrase
ceremony
ever.
where certain people would come and bring a coin and spill blood on it, and that's how you got in to see the ritual.
Okay.
Well, you see, I remember the cover. I see it. I must have been looking at the wrong cover. I remember it was like gray. It was like a gray photo.
Yeah, if you go to
don't-
mob style, yeah, I know your
It was
photo.
this one, right? It was this one, right?
Yeah, he doesn't remember. Yeah, that's like
I don't. We'll have to. Yeah. But yeah, so when we start in the album,
yeah. I was gonna say that's the one I was talking about, but
see, that's why I was saying it's
Yeah.
There's like a stone around it almost, and then
Stoner.
looks like you.
Oh,
But yeah, anyway, on to the
Eidolon.
album.
Oh, what's that? I tell you what, we actually had a rapper we used to rap with by the name of Eidolon.
The fourth member of Broken Fort was named Eidolon.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
That was
So-
his rap.
What is Eidolon in reference to? Because I honestly
Ghost.
know nothing about that.
It means a ghost, I believe.
Yeah, an Eidolon
Okay.
is just a ghost.
I'm not
It's,
sure if it's like a type of ghost
I
or
think
something.
Eidolon has roots in German mythology, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just a ghost in German mythology.
See, with what Buckshot's doing with this album and the Watchers and potentially with Warlock, it has me excited to actually pay close attention to what's being said, because there's supposed to be Easter eggs through the music. There's Easter eggs in the artwork, he said. So, like, I'm actually just not listening. I'm paying attention when I'm listening.
So what have you heard while listening? Because I mean, I listened to this album a couple times, but I'm not catching really anything, and that's one reason I wanted to invite you, to kind of drop those nuggets on us if you know of any.
From what I can gather, it seems as though the Watchers themselves, they were almost essentially recruited. If you listen to Mr. Gray's verse, which is the second verse on the next song,
Okay.
he actually kind of talks maybe the origins of the Watchers. He was talking about one cold dark night in a little town. I heard the calling voices, and then they came and they built the pyramid on this ground, dug clear to earth. So that would be what not earth, dug clear to hell. So that's what the pit would be. It's like a pit that goes all the way to hell, almost in a portal kind of way, if that makes any sense. So from what I can gather, they're supposed to be some kind of demonic entity, which I really love that Mr. Gray through several songs was like very growly
Yeah.
and sounding demonic, because that adds to me more to that lore. But from what I have gathered, the whole concept of it is there's some otherworldly entity, or they're part of some otherworldly entity. And what the pit does is it transfers souls into energy for something. And that's the next big question, is what is this energy being used for? Is it aliens? Is it a demon? Is it a devil? What is it?
So let me ask then: Is
The power of supercomputer.
the Cabal the Watchers, and the Watchers are the Cabal, or the Watchers part of the Cabal?
The
You know-
Watchers are part of the Cabal.
And they are the Watchers, right?
yes.
Got it.
So I think they're kind of almost mislabeled by being called Cabal, because
Yeah.
the three of them are the Watchers. They're part of this big cabal.
I see.
And I think Cabal is actually comes from Jewish mysticism, I believe, right? Isn't that where the word Cabal comes from?
Like Kabbalah?
Yeah, look that up. See where that word comes from. I don't know if it's Jewish.
Wait, did he just say you're softer than a biscuit? Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
He did. You stopped it then.
Rewind that. Good line.
And this whole Buckshot's whole verse on this one is
Questionable.
He's definitely
medieval
angry
medieval
at
Latin
somebody.
Kabbalah.
Okay.
And the Kabbalah is the ancient Jewish tradition of mystical interpretation of the Bible, first transmitted orally and using esoteric methods, including ciphers. It reached the height of its influence in
so I
later
was
Middle
right.
Ages and is significant in Hasidism.
You're always right.
So
Jew-
Hasidic Jews.
It's Jewish mysticism.
Jewish
But see, that's why I figured this group would be right up your alley, Carver, because this is on some of that.
You know, he
occultic
probably
shit.
Carver said he didn't like this album because Mr. Gray could only hit half the notes that a real singer could hit.
Well, he
That
said
he can't.
well,
You know, he
kept
can
saying
only.
it sounded. He kept saying that he sounded like super satanic, and I don't get. I know that there's some dark references, but he said like it was just like screaming and satanic stuff.
Yeah, just a
And
lot
it's
of
like
screaming.
I barely heard any screaming on
I mean,
the album.
I personally, I don't really remember this song, or we listen. Maybe I missed this one, but yeah, a lot of darkness, a lot of like satan, like and the Cabal, like, and I was interested in it. You know, don't get me wrong, but is this?
I mean, were there any songs that stood out to you at all, or?
Oh man, it all kind of went together. I might have missed this one. I don't know, but.
I remember you texted me and you said track 5 was your favorite.
Yeah, I mean,
Which track are we on right now? I think this is third.
This is
third
track
on the
3,
album?
One Dark
Track
Night.
three.
Third on
Okay,
the album,
yeah, so we'll
once
check
we get
out-
to the fifth,
yeah,
I know you liked.
Yeah, 5 stood out to me. So when we get there, we'll see.
You called it the wrong. Hold on, let me look at it. You said, hold on.
Yeah, you know what?
You said track 5, Insatiable, is my favorite. What is track 5 called? It's not Insatiable.
No, he probably like is it maybe Loki says it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Insatiable's. I don't know, but he said Insatiable is my favorite. I don't know. I don't think that song's on here.
Loki's tearing it up on this.
I just misunderstood. But anyway, yeah, Loki murders. Well, that's the thing. Loki can be a fucking lyricist, but he also has a really good singing voice as well. Like when he gets melodic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Gauge, giving me a a rundown on Loki.
Yeah.
One time while he was here, he said, "Hey, look, you
Loki's
fucking
the
dumbass. You need to understand and know what Loki is. Like, fucking listen, you stupid
Well,
fucking idiot."
yeah,
and I was
Loki
like,
was
and I was
always
like,
friends with
"Ga-
hatred.
I was like, Gage, come on, man. He was like, just fucking listen. So he put it on, man, and it was, I was like, I cannot. I'm not even like joking now. This shit was really dope.
He literally he did hold you down.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm not
major.
gonna front like I got hip to Loki because of his masks. That
Yeah.
was the first thing that I ever knew about Loki is when he would sell his masks and shit.
Yeah.
Like he would have giveaways where he'd be like, "Share this, and I'll send you one of my masks." And so I remember sharing his posts and then checking his music out through proxy because of that. And so, good promotion, Loki. That shit worked.
I got hip
And
to him
then,
because I follow Batty Bat and jerk off to Instagram all the time. And
I thought you were gonna say you jerk off to Loki, and I was like, "What?"
no, Batty Bat, and she always
Okay.
posts about him.
That's part of the
Oh,
ritual.
bad.
Keezy's semen is part of the mask ritual.
It's part of the cabal.
It's part-
It's part of the cabal.
it comes
It
right
is-
out of my cabal.
The Watchers, Keezy Seaman, and now we're waiting on the rest of the members. But we're on our way.
All right, so this song is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is definitely got to be my top 5.
This is a standout to me, genuinely.
this,
The chorus, I don't know what it is about the chorus that
He's just
I
like
love.
he's just like really like riding it. Like Mr. Gray has a derpy derp. You know, I really love the chorus where he's like he's about to do the chorus and Loki's rapping. Then Mr. Gray comes in and he's like
Damn, that shit's hot.
that shit was tight.
Why?
I like the whole.
I
like
hate
the
how
premise
you
of
use
the song,
derp
too.
as your sound effect. Derp.
What'd you say, DC?
No disrespect.
I said I like the premise of the song. That,
this is a
you
good
create
one.
all this great pressure on yourself to be better, so that you can turn into a diamond. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of pressure to make a diamond. So
Yeah, that is really dope.
I do that.
great
Was it-
pressure make a diamond.
Was it you that called out Mr. Gray for doing his fake Jamaican accent?
Yeah, that, my reaction.
that
I was
is-
like,
that is
he's
like-
adding that flair to it.
He's like, oh, whoa.
Where was that at?
He's like,
Right there.
pressure make a diamond. He says shit like that.
Not the pressure on that brother make a diamond.
Hey,
I was like,
You can't hate.
Trying to
Eminem did a
flair
whole
to it.
album of doing fucking accents.
yeah, that was his worst album by far too. Even he said that was his worst album. When he did the fucking Triumph, the common dog accent. I am coming and running. I'm coming out with the gun and I'm gunning. Shoe in your fucking stomach until you are vomiting all
Look,
over the ground and you
you
are
could-
coming. In your pants you are a dummy and I'm running. Hitting you over the head with a baloney. And just a lie. Shut up!
We get it.
Look, you can only bend words certain ways if you do accents. It's just that's a fact.
I guess.
Mr. Gray with your fucking Rastafarian accent. What are you doing? Isn't he white as hell?
I dig it though, man. He's adding like a foreign flair to it that I like.
He's like, hey, Loki, man.
Look, man, you can throw this into the pit.
Hey, Loki, man. Come
man.
to the pit,
About to
man.
rip this. We're about to rip this. fucking
Proud
beat
to
up.
rip this Rasta.
So I don't think he's trying to be Jamaican. I think
No,
he's
I know.
going more for like a Middle Eastern thing. 'Cause, pyramids, Egypt, that's what I think he's trying for. But hey, I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't hate it. Like it's
He's doing the monster horrorcore voice on this one.
Well, that's the thing. Like
That one ain't bad.
That's
though.
the thing I kind of like about them three is they fit the three archetypes of horrorcore. Because Loki kind of has like the more like
He's
higher
got the
pitched-
wicked,
kind of the
horrorcore
higher,
guy voice.
yeah, the higher pitch kind of that type of voice, and then you
Wicked
have like,
flexing.
and then you have like your Mr. Gray, who's the deep fucking kind of voice, and then Buckshot being the more in the back kind of
And he's rapping. Here is how Buckshot. He raps every time. Every line is like this, and then he's rapping. And I'm gonna do this
He breaks
now.
out of that. He breaks out of that.
He probably heard me dissing him on the last one.
Well,
I love you. I love you, Buckshot. I can diss him because he's me.
yeah.
He's the shittiest rapper,
But
he's the idea guy.
It's been revealed that that Buckshot and Special Keezy are the same person. yeah, you heard it here first.
He's the shittiest of the group, but he's the ideas guy.
Oh
So
yeah, what happened to
give him his props.
What happened to DC in the table?
Here, wait, I was
You
giving
guys
it.
move me?
No, I was making it big. On DC's view, he's always on the table. He always. is.
We're on the table, man.
Did you want?
Yeah.
You prefer that? You
Don't
prefer?
say it.
You prefer him on the same? His head to be the same size as ours.
Yeah.
I think his head's
Do it.
slightly larger than ours, but I'm fine with that.
Good,
be a
good
shrunken
DC.
head.
Good DC.
At least his head matches his body, which mine doesn't. But I strive to have a
Facing
matching
the wrong way.
body.
Here, how you like this?
That works. Yeah, that's better. Fuck yeah.
That ain't adding up. I'm much bulkier than
There.
Carmen.
Now you can just pretend to be DC if you want.
DC, why are you dancing so much?
That is actually kind of
Cool.
cool.
This shit. I like that.
He's rocking the fuck out to this song, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. This should be
this shit.
this should be every show from now on out.
Right. Just DC glued over your head.
Here,
Being
Chris,
you.
you can have fun with it if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man, DC, come on.
DC,
Th-
no,
This is a kid show.
not during this song, DC. Disrespect.
Shenanigans.
Pure.
He's gonna pour the beer on his head.
Buckshot is a fucking hard ass worker, and I really do think Buckshot is sick. He has some moments where he slips, but like he's a fucking lyricist, bro. All three of these guys are like peak of their game.
You know what? If when you were yelling at me earlier, that would have been a better head of your yelling coming out of.
Yeah, it would have.
I wouldn't have been as mad.
Put it back down here.
But yeah, so this is my what is this track 5?
Yeah, this song's actually called Obey.
Yeah, so you
So what track did you said it was called Insidious or some shit? Or you said it was Insatiable?
Yeah, Satiable.
So
This,
what?
also, this one's called Obey.
All right, so let me look up Insatiable.
Also, this one
on here.
I'll look up Insatiable on Spotify.
You know what? This one isn't ringing a bell. Maybe Maybe we're thinking about the wrong one.
I found Insatiable. It's actually by an artist. It is by another artist called Cabal. Is that what you heard instead? Was this the album you
Did
heard?
you listen to the wrong album?
Was this the artist you saw?
That's the cover. Is this the wrong album?
Oh, dude, you listened to the wrong album
Again.
again.
No. You guys said listen to Cabal. I typed in Cabal and
You listened.
No, dude.
That's what it. Look. You found the heavy metal band Cabal.
yeah, it was
And listen
yeah,
to-
dark, satanic, and yeah.
No, I know. See, when you said it was dark and satanic, I knew you were. I agreed because this is kind of a dark album, but
All right, this is the song. Tell me, is this the song you heard? This Insatiable right here?
hold on.
The one we were just listening to is not the one I was thinking of.
Wait,
so-
is this the album you watched?
that's the cover? Is that the one we're listening to now?
No. This is a different band.
That's. Yeah. This is the cover. This is
This is not the right album.
Oh boy.
This is not the right album.
dude. It's not my fault.
This
You
is
guys told me to.
This is Cabal, but
You
this
said
is not the
you
right.
said we're
Cabal.
listening to Cabal. I typed in fucking Cabal.
Right, I know, but this is not the right Cabal.
we
This is-
did. We did tell him it was the gray cover for.
Yeah, you
I
said
know,
it was,
but-
you said it was dark, satanic, gray cover. I typed it in. What the fuck?
a dark satanic gray cover.
Well, I thought that was a great description.
Well,
Honestly.
honestly, the other Cabal we're listening to me sounds a little better. So I'll say
It
that
sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
I get now.
Do you
why
just
you
want
say
to
it
listen
all
to this
sounds the
album
same.
instead?
I mean,
I don't
this
know.
was my favorite
I
track
don't.
on this album, this version of Cabal. But everything else, just I don't know.
All right, wait. Do you want to just review this album next week?
Oh my god. Just have at it.
No, because I don't want to listen to this album.
all right.
I know he
All right,
listened
we'll
to
go-
this.
wait.
Now it makes sense why you
Yeah,
said you
no
didn't
shit.
like the album that much, because you were listening to the wrong album.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
Pay
apologize.
attention, bro.
It's cool, man.
Listeners, I apologize. I thought I was listening. Blame it on them. They said Cabal. I typed it in there.
It's not our fault. I didn't name the group Cabal.
Whatever. Let's get back to this Cabal.
Oh,
my
shit,
God.
dude!
All right, so anyway,
I'll tell you this.
Cabal is 3 rappers.
I will say I confuse.
Buckshot, low-key,
I confuse all of Buckshot's shit because he's in like 7 different super groups and they all have different names and lore and shit. So like, it's very easy to confuse.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I can get that.
Yeah, I'm a little confused at the moment.
Well,
I mean, I thought Neon Sermon was the name of one of the groups, and I said it had like ABK, Buckshot, and like Loki in it.
well,
or some shit.
it happens. Last week I told you guys that beat that I rapped to was a Mr. Green beat, and you guys were like, "Mr. Green from Replicon?"
Yeah.
No, different Mr. Green.
Yeah,
Sometimes I guess people just have the same names.
Yeah, isn't Mr. Green in this Cabal album though?
No, Mr. Green.
That's Mr. Gray.
That's Mr. Gray. That's Mr. Gray. So different color, but also a Mister.
Yeah.
Something I want to know. It's not on just yet, but I've noticed they have like on their skit sections. There's this dude with an accent, but I can't know where the accent is from.
What the hell? What kind of accent is that? Is that
Yeah.
like
No.
Is that like a Louisiana?
That's really how he talks.
Yeah. So in the first
It's like
album,
a kind of
they
Middle
had-
Eastern.
I don't know if it's the same guy or not, but he mispronounces myth as math. And that
The
always
myth
bothered me. 'cause
the math of Cabal.
The man,
is
the
only a
man,
myth.
the
A
legend.
myth.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's saying a math, and I'm like, it kind of messes with my brain. And this guy does something similar because when he's describing the pit, he calls it a circular. And I'm like, what the fuck
circular.
is a circular?
Is it the same guy that ICP got to do the "It's a
The
slice of
ringmaster.
pizza loaf"?
Well, it's
Fresh slice of tomato on the pizza loaf.
It could be
You
the
know,
ringmaster.
probably might have been.
It could be the ringmaster voice because it does kind of remind me of the ringmaster.
Oh yeah, the ring. Yeah.
I have come to drink your blood.
I've
You know that.
come to drink. Yeah. But anyway,
But anyway,
This is one of the songs that Gray really goes the fuck off.
yeah.
Man, there was a couple hooks on this album that really pissed me off. This wasn't one of them, but I'll point them out when I
You said
hear
that
them.
piss you off,
Yeah,
like you like the energy, or like
no, like it
Not liking
filled me with rage.
wow. Okay, yeah, we have
Bad
to
rage.
discuss that. Bad rage. Like
I beat my family.
I beat my
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
I beat my kids every once in a while. Sometimes you just got to beat the shit out of your kids, you know.
Oh, this was one of the hooks, actually.
Yeah, I don't like this hook. I remember it now. Yeah.
Sorry we haven't been talking too much about the album. I mean, it's brand new. It just came out 2 days ago. We're still
Yeah.
fresh.
We're
Like,
still like listening to the album as
Yeah.
well as you guys, but we wanted to review it because it is a big drop, and the fact is we fuck with Low Key at least. I mean, I can definitely say I fuck with Low Key at least. I'm not as versed on the other. I know Buckshot. I just don't listen to Buckshot. Like he's not in my playlist and shit.
So
but I
what- so-
respect Buckshot and Mr. Gray. All I really knew about him was Gorilla Voltage. I think that was the
Yeah.
name
So
of this group.
So I gotta ask, in this song, they're talking about like world eating and like planets and shit. Like,
Yeah.
is that what I'm
That's
hearing?
what makes
Like
me
Galactus.
wonder if they're talking about something alien or if they're just meaning like something coming to take over, regardless of whether it's from outer space or just otherworldly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what it could remind, kind of reminds me of is Lovecraftian, like Cthulhu and shit like that.
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah. So in that case, that is like a cosmic horror, but it's also like hellish and other dimensional type shit as well.
It probably could be.
Yeah.
Because I know Loki has a mask called Lo Cthulhu, probably based off of that.
Yeah.
Similarly.
Yeah, Cthulhu is definitely a very it's in pop culture. Cthulhu and Lovecraft, the Lovecraftian kind of imagery and species is in pop culture a lot. Games, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, here's Homeboy with the voice telling you.
Yeah, this is the part. This is the one where he talks about circular.
In a circular, walk into a cave. You'll find a spooky man at the bottom.
The spooky man.
As we progress into the center,
I'd much rather just hear you do it.
it is called the Pit of Eidolon.
You want some candy?
This cavernous room opens
has
up to an
candies
enormous
corns.
chamber, which is the heart of this ancient structure.
Structure.
On the main circular wall, red
circular
and
wall.
orange embers
Circular
hiss and sputter as they attempt
sputter.
to flee the glowing torches that hang like
Torches.
ceremonial corpses from the
Corpses.
stone walls.
Done once.
In the center, on the floor, a circular stone wall.
I like how they're like, we need
Circular.
this to sound super spooky. What do you think it affects? He's like, no, I just know this dude with like a weird accent.
Yeah.
He'll say it, and it'll sound spooky.
And this weird Iranian dude that lives down the street.
Right.
I'll just go down there with my tape recorder.
Is that the accent? Iranian?
When I stop by the gas station to get my cigarettes, I'll record this guy.
He reminds me of the guy.
Sure.
He reminds
I
me of the
will
guy
be for
that was telling the story of Aladdin at the beginning of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arabian.
He's like, come,
Arabic.
come,
Yeah.
let me show you the cave of wonder.
The cave of wonders.
At the bottom of the pit, you come down.
Yeah, so it could be Iranian. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, shit, I don't know.
See,
I
I
will
don't
rub your
want to
back.
rap on anybody's albums aside from Mustard's. But I would love to do vocal work for people, skits, intros.
We'll get you to do a
Give me
skit.
call.
We'll hit you up.
Yeah, give DC a call. He's in the market for work, guys. Hit him up.
You ain't gotta pay me shit.
Yeah.
Pay me shit.
Hey.
That kind of reminded me. That very first couple keys reminded me of 5 on it,
Yeah.
didn't it?
So the second verse, Will Keys, the way that he comes in on this beat is fucking flawless.
Okay.
Yeah.
It hypes me up every time.
What is Philistine?
Philistine is. I didn't really like that album. It's
song?
like a biblical term. Philistines, I think, were like banished or something. Hold on, I have to.
I'll say I think I looked it up too because I was like, what the fuck is a Philistine?
I think they were banished.
Is it a people from a country?
A person who is hostile or indifferent to culture and the arts, or who has no understanding of them.
That's me.
So when you're hostile or indifferent to the arts.
Oh, okay. So they're talking to people that don't believe in what they believe in, basically.
Well, yeah, you just don't like the arts. You think arts is bullshit. You know,
The arts or the
Artistic.
witchcraft, the art, the magic arts, the magic with the K. What are they talking about? Just art and period,
Art.
or the Cabal art,
arts
the-
and period.
the
Art
ritualistic
period.
shit.
I would think art period.
Okay.
Philistines. Because they are the Philistines are noted in the Bible. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I like that they're going like
Yeah,
deep.
the Philistines, in the biblical term, the Philistines were a non-Semitic people, so they were not Semitic, non-Jewish, who settled in the southern coastal area of Canaan, which later became known as Philistia.
All right.
So uncultured people. It's basically
Uncultured
like savages.
swine.
Yeah, savages.
or
Another term, primitives.
or pagan people who don't believe in religion, right?
Oh wait, we didn't pay attention to how Loki came in this verse. Hold on, or his verse.
So would you call this DC? Can I ask you a question?
Yo.
In your opinion, would you call this a religious album?
I would say no.
Okay.
No. I would very well put it in the same vein as Dark Lotus.
Yeah, horrorcore.
Dark Lotus is this flower that sprouts and goes and kills people. And there's something about these entities that they're here to fucking take over and kill humanity, take over.
Right.
But
Not on a religious aspect, just as a dark demonic force.
well, I mean, demonic. I mean, just the word demonic is religious.
Well,
You know?
yeah. I always think of it as like just dark matter,
Cabal.
dark energy.
Cabal is religious because it has to do with like you know, ritualistic black magic stuff as basically the opposing the dark force of I guess Judaism, which would be.
I thought it was named after the Mortal Kombat character.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, I'm glad you made that reference because earlier in the show I was thinking the same fucking thing. The first time I ever heard the name or word Cabal was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
so.
Cabal, yeah, that's what I thought. Is that not what this is about? The whole album? I thought it was the thematic album.
I thought it was
about a Cabal going to a pit to throw something away, and he falls in the pit.
Son of a bitch. We just figured out the rest of it.
Yep.
Warlock is something. Cyrax is another one. And then they're going to have another group called Smoke. Twisted's
Boom.
probably Smoke.
Oh,
Boom.
they Cyrax finally got a career.
Right before the drop of Mortal Kombat 1, you Buckshot, you sneaky, crafty genius, you.
So Mortal Kombat is like literally the groundwork for all of this.
Yes,
Okay,
this
cool.
is a Mortal Kombat theme album.
Gotcha.
Damn, we're figuring it all out.
I like it better. The pit is like where you uppercut them and they fall.
That's
Into the
true.
pit,
And
yep.
into the.
Into
Gotcha.
the pit, yep. And this song is called Philistine, and this is about their friend Phil. This is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah,
It has really good verses, but a whack hook.
This one. But like what I was talking about going back to the religious shit. So I understand that they're trying to be like kind of anti-religious, but even ICP, Twisted, they all dive and dip their toes into that religious aspect to pull content from to make albums and concepts. So
Juggalos for Jesus, for example.
it's always like religion is one of the best things to pull from to get content in music. I've noticed.
Well, for shock value, if you're trying to
especially
be
dark
wicked,
music. You
if
know,
you're trying to be wicked,
Cut-
I think it's the easiest. You don't have to like move. Like for example, to be a wicked clown, you kind of have to mold clowns to be wicked.
Yeah.
When you're trying to be satanic, boom, it's done all the work for you. I'm satanic. I'm wicked.
But
you know?
here's the thing: you can't be dark and satanic if there's not something that you're being dark and satanic against. There has to be a light and a God figure.
Yeah, it's the nerds.
yeah, the
You
light.
can't just be I'm dark and be
Chick-fil-A.
there's nothing else.
Chick-fil-A is the light.
You have to have light to have dark. You have to have dark to have light. So religion is always the best thing to base that off of.
Yeah.
They have to have the rapper light?
Hey man, if he adds to it, why not?
Hey, speaking of light, what about that? I think do you think it's tied into that's like the REM song? That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
I think absolutely it has to be. I mean, rapid. What is it? REM, the sleep that you get.
That's probably related
Yeah,
too.
eye movement.
Yeah, rapid eye movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I, which is also the first letter of idol, which is something that you worship instead of the Savior.
Oh, and sometimes people idol is it's kind of like idol, like a doll,
Doll, yeah, exactly, like idol,
like a doll.
voodoo
Like some
doll.
people.
Voodoo is a dark art.
Can you
Exactly.
shut up? God. We're trying to. Me and DC are trying to be serious.
We were too, dude.
Can you shut up?
Talking about religion and music. That's what we're talking about, right, DC?
Thanks for joining us, DC. We're sorry to bring your name down with us.
Yeah, man. What are you doing hanging out with the likes of us? Man? What the fuck?
All that hard work you did to build repertoire and followers,
Yeah.
and now you're here just shitting all the way with us morons.
But let's be honest.
Here's the thing about it. I'm not here to be famous. I'm here to talk about music and have fun doing it at the same time.
Fuck
Boom.
yeah.
Mission accomplished.
That's what we do around here.
Yeah, mine is the fun part.
This song actually is
I'm not
kind of
trying to be. I'm not trying to be no Juggalo ambassador, self-proclaimed.
Oh,
or
yeah.
not.
We
You know
appreciate
what I mean?
that, man.
We appreciate that. We are ambassadors, though.
But here's the thing.
But we appreciate you for letting us take the light.
DC actually pays attention. He actually understands. He gathers information. He gets, he dives into the stuff and tries to get more of a grasp of it. So that's why we appreciate you, man.
And you always stay humble.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
I try to. You know what I mean?
Good shit.
And this stuff is interesting. If you can go into this and study it and get into it, there is a lot of shit that the underground can give you.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought that whoever wrote this song, the E button on their keyboard was broken. But then I realized it was just to be cool.
It's like Nightmare times 3 or some shit.
Yeah, oh, yeah, true.
They say that in this song.
Does everything have to be a joke with you guys?
No, that's literally not a
I'm
joke.
not
That's literally
joking.
what it says.
That's literally what it says in the song. I know
I know it
didn't
sounds
listen to the
ridiculous,
album.
but that's
I know,
really
you,
how it goes.
I know you listen to a heavy metal album, but he says that in the song.
That's not my fault.
It literally is.
No, you guys, whatever.
I sent you the link to the correct album.
But he doesn't use the same like internet stuff that we use.
I know. You have to send it to him with a .onion address. It has to
Yeah.
be from the dark
You
web.
have to- you
or
have
he
to,
ain't
like-
trusting it.
You have to send it to him on literally in a pigeon holding an envelope with like your seal on it.
The
or
link-
he won't believe
It better have like a CAPTCHA and like a 2-step verification, or he ain't clicking
He'll
that shit.
he'll literally send you a message and be like, got a letter from you today. Didn't open it. You forgot your seal.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
I didn't trust it.
Shit. Yeah. I was
It
like,
smelled
all
off.
right. Right. Put it under black light. I detected small sample droplets of urine. No go. This sounds
See?
twisted.
Yeah, it did. It did.
I was
very
actually gonna ask you guys what you thought about
go
that.
back to the
Low-key
hook.
sounded like fucking Madrox there,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
did.
You know what? There was a couple times on this album where I heard a lot of like Twisted influence, like newer Twisted, right? Like more of a modern sounding Twisted, and even a little Eminem-ish. I heard a little Eminem-ish kind of where he's being a little bit more epic and singing. If I were, that's just from today. That
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
from what I heard today.
Yeah.
I will say he's always kind of had that singing in there. It seems he's doing it more now in some of his older stuff, and maybe I'm wrong. Gage is probably watching and can correct me because he's like, if I'm this big of a Loki fan, he's way the fuck up here. He can tell you way more about Loki than I can
Who's that?
because I'm still learning everything. But I feel like he's always dabbled in that
Yeah.
with singing.
Yeah.
From
No.
shit. Well, yeah, he's always dabbled with it a little bit. He's gifted at it. I mean, he's really good at
Yeah.
singing. But I think that
This is
comes-
Mr. Gray though singing this part.
No,
of it.
no, not this part. No, I'm talking about before.
Oh.
yeah. Now, Mr. Grey does
Like
pretty
the chorus
good
of
too.
low-key singing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, they
This is-
almost have like a high, middle, low voice. Like
This is Mr.
arrangement.
Gray.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. That was
Mr.
pretty
Gray's
good.
like
Mr. Gray
the
has-
mid-range.
He's got like a good melodic singing
Yeah.
voice. I actually don't mind it.
I actually hear a little more.
I mean, I wouldn't call him a singer
Well,
by any means.
no. In that
Oh,
I
here we
heard a
go.
little more actual.
like, does he follow the scales?
No, I did hear a little more tone in that.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. I heard actual tone in that.
I didn't hear him following the proper tonal scale deflection. So I don't know if we can call him a singer, but he was being melodic.
I just realized you guys are bashing Keezy.
Yeah. Well, both of us. Yeah.
No. Here's the
Part,
thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing. This album, from what I've heard of this album, is very technical, and they're not slouches at all in being able to create a melody, harmony, and harmonizing right here, because
Yeah.
that's what I'm hearing right there. It's like they're all doing it, right?
Yeah. Nightmare.
Yeah.
Is this for strengthening your hand? Or
Yeah.
is this actually for something else?
No, that's a capo for a guitar.
This part here,
Okay.
I want to know what they're saying.
Let's see.
Because I don't know what it is, and in my mind, it's I scream for, I scream for, I scream.
Okay.
I need to figure out what those lyrics
If we can
are,
get
so I
Just Chris to shut up for a second, maybe we can hear it. Go ahead, play it.
I don't talk all the time. I can obviously be quiet if you need me to be quiet. Yeah, you don't even know me sometimes. I'm not a fucking.
All right, hold on. Let me rewind it one more time.
It's all good, dude. Like, I'll shut up this time, but like, I'm a little bit offended. He said Frosty.
All right, hold on. Let me rewind it one more time.
I want to see Frosty.
All right, hold on. Wait. Let me rewind
Dude,
it one
I'm
more
not
time.
talking. Hold on, dude. Tell me when you're
All
going
right,
to
hold on. Here we go. Ready?
Talk.
All right, just be quiet.
Okay, I'll be quiet from here on.
All
Just
right,
tell me when.
all right, here we go.
Now?
Yep, here we
Okay.
go. Chris. Sorry, I rewound it too much. I'm sorry. You're doing a good job not talking. Hold on. Or didn't rewind it enough.
Thank
maybe.
you.
That's
No,
gotta-
you went past it already.
It's gotta be hard
you
for
have
you.
to go before that. He said, "I see a frosty."
He said, "I see a frosty." I agree.
"I see a frosty." The last thing he says is, "I see a frosty."
He says, "I see a frosty."
I think he says, "I want some ice cream. I want some ice cream. I see a frosty."
I mean,
Which
yeah.
is what he's saying is that is not ice cream. That is soft serve.
You know what?
Makes sense.
And I agree, because with all this ritualistic shit, I mean, you get hungry every now and then. You just want some comfort food.
See a frosty. They're like they were probably changing something serious, like it's like voodoo shit, like wah chica wah free, and then like somebody out of the corner like I see a frosty.
Yeah, man.
So
And
They're summoning
you,
a frosty.
you guys now have to go to Wendy's with your significant others and do
And
that.
play that song. Yeah. Want a frosty? I want a frosty.
They're like chocolate or vanilla.
right.
Again, DC with the
No,
ideas.
they
I'm
don't
telling
have
you, that's a
vanilla
great
right
idea.
now. It's strawberry.
Oh yeah.
They don't have vanilla
Sorry,
frosties
I interrupted you
anymore.
there.
I want a strawberry.
Maybe that's what he's saying is I want a frosty.
That's pretty good, actually.
Maybe
I
he
like
said
that.
I want some ice cream. I want some vanilla. All I see is a frosty. Maybe
Do,
that's
do
what he
your
says.
do that again. That was pretty good.
I see a strawberry.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be what he's talking about.
Like, so I said I see. I meant to say one. Anyways,
If you are a member of Cabal and would like to message us and tell us what you're saying, we will listen to you and not post it for anyone else to see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
I
you
don't
just
know
if
why
you
I
want
haven't
us
thought
to
just
know.
ask Buckshot.
yeah, ask Buckshot. He'll be like, it's whatever you want it to mean, man. It's up for your interpretation. You can say thanks, Maynard.
I think low key has like a team that handles his shit. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's all him too.
Oh, it's all him.
It's all
All
him.
of-
Because
oh,
I
okay.
did that review for his American Monster album, and he messaged me. He's like, "Yo, thanks for the review," and I'm like,
He's the
"Welcome,
shit,
man."
He
Oh, hell
always
yeah,
he
man.
always does like a really good job of like shouting out people who shout him out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of appreciating support. He
That had,
does a really
that had to
good
be a
job.
little, feather in the cap for you, DC, to actually get him the message. He messaged you and shit. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he reached one of the first things I did for him. He reached out to me, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
That's the humbling experience for me, because it's like I feel like I'm just some dude, some guy with a fucking camera and a microphone, and like there's people that come up and they're like, "Yo, dude, I love your shit," and artists will like rub elbows with me, and I'm like, I am not shit. I'm nobody.
It's the beard.
But it's that experience there that makes me not fucking go starstruck for Violent J or Jumpsteady. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
I see them as other human beings because I've had that experience, and I'm like, dude, I'm nobody. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
I mean,
you've
I'm
been out-
personally a celebrity, but I kind of understand what you're saying.
Yep.
If anyone
You said
wants an
what now?
autograph, I said I'm a celebrity, but I kind of understand what you're saying.
Gotcha.
But-
You are a celebrity, man. You're the fucking winner of that Flow Master Rap battle.
Yeah,
so-
the 30 people who saw it were thrilled. But
The only people who really cares is Les Legs.
It's literally-
he's
yeah.
like plotting his fucking
literally,
revenge.
yeah, you know that dude. He's like, he's got a cardboard cutout of me in the basement. He's like, "You motherfucker, you gonna?" See, I can't wear the same shirt because he's practicing.
I do that too. I have a cardboard cutout of you, but I do it for sexual purposes.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, this what is it coming with
Glory. Everyone in our friend group has a Glory Chris. It's just a cutout of me in a random part of their basement that they mouth fuck every once in a while.
I made one of those big long body pillows.
It's not gay, guys. It's not actually me. It's a cutout.
It's just gay fantasies. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I have one of literally everyone that we've ever had on the show.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
If you've been on the show, I have a cardboard cutout of you
Oh.
that I have mouth
You
sex
puke on
with
my
every once in a
cutout.
while.
Tell the truth.
What do you guys think that Juggalo shout like origin stories are? They're literally just spank bank for Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I had to join the show.
he
because-
calls them Juggalo orgy stories.
Yeah, exactly. Like Keezy said, if you want to keep getting these, you're gonna have to get on the show and help participate.
My question is, how does the cutout of DC compare to the cutout of Vinny?
The cutout of it. Look,
I mean, are they?
I don't touch Vinny's cutout. Vinny's the boy. Vinny is
Okay.
the motherfucking G. I don't touch
I
that
got you.
cutout.
I got you.
Touch that
You
cutout.
actually respect that
He-
one.
I
So then does that
respect
mean
that
there's
one.
a cutout
He's
of
like
Jasper?
When
he's
I
like
leave
the one
house,
that
I'll
got
just be
away.
like- I'll just be like,
Amber's never been on the show though.
Vinny's the one that got away. He's like your
Right.
trophy.
Right. I would never fuck Vinny's mouth. Vinny's. Everyone else, I'd fuck all of your mouths. Everyone else, I'd fuck all of your mouths. But not. If you are a fan of our show,
Amber has
I'd
been on
fuck
the
your
show.
mouth.
Hey man, you better show
Nah,
some
just playing,
respect. Megs has been on our show.
Yeah.
No, I would never. No, come
Yeah,
on. Guys.
and my wife has been on this show.
And my wife has been on this show.
Okay, let me be more specific. Only the guys who have been on this show. I'm face fucking all the guys that have been on the show. I would never face fuck your innocent wives.
Are you assuming DC's gender?
I am. Yes, he's the man, so I know he must be a male.
It does say DC Fago guy.
Yeah, it does. He assumed his own gender.
but what
if he
does the
told
D-
me that I need to call him a DC Fago them, I will call him DC
But
Fago
what does the
them.
DC stand for? He's never told us that.
DC Comics and or Washington DC?
I
Maybe.
still have people ask me about that, and I'm like, how does it like go over people's heads?
Yeah.
I thought it was Dick Cum.
I always thought it meant Diet Cola.
Yeah.
Because that was his
actually
favorite
Dick
flavor of. That was
That
his
actually
favorite
makes
flavor of Fago. Diet Cola. Fago
Hold on, hold on.
guy.
Shh, DC. Shh. What does it mean, guys? Do you guys really know? I do.
DC
I do.
Comics?
I'm asking you guys. Do you guys know?
I would say DC Comics.
No.
Nope.
No. Oh. Dark Carnival.
Bing.
Dick.
Yes. I wasn't thinking
That's
psychopathic
just,
enough.
that's just the front. It's actually Dick Caresser.
Oh.
Caress your dick.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Go.
You guys
Hell
just
yeah.
didn't hang out at the tent enough at the gathering to find out.
That's what I get for puking on your shit.
right.
He's like, oh well, someone's not getting caressed this year. All you get is your commemorative keychain. No caressing.
Can we shut up now and talk about this song, The Signal? Can we talk?
Oh,
can we-
I think
can-
is there a video for this song?
The signal.
It's
Yeah.
it's a lyric video is what it is.
Yeah.
But they
It's
have
kinda
some pretty
cool.
Now, this song, I actually kind of liked. I like the beat, and this one's pretty. This one actually caught my attention.
Oh yeah.
Simple
This
flow.
is one that kind of confused me. Just
It's a simplistic flow, but like I
Yeah,
think it fit pretty good. Yeah, that image right there is really dope. Definitely Dark Lotus.
Who do you think?
Ish.
Who do you think? Which one of them do you think has the sword? Which has the scythe? And which has the mountain?
I would say Buckshot has the mace.
That's definitely 8 Legs art though.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. So this must be low key with the scythe.
The video's dope.
yeah, this is pretty dope video.
I like these videos, man. I think they're so creative.
They're simple but effective.
Yeah, I mean, I know most of this shit is done with effects, like filters
Yeah.
and shit now, but they're well done.
You still have to have good art, which
Yes.
is this is 8 Legs, right?
Yeah, it looks like 8 Legs did those for
Rapping.
sure.
Oh, I was gonna say it.
No, it's Loki rapping.
Or Loki. Yeah, sorry, Loki rapping.
And I really so that text that
I
font.
hate. This is my least favorite hook on the entire
Yeah,
album.
the hook isn't great.
I hate this hook, bro.
I don't hate it. I don't
I
hate it.
do. Like just this part right here. Signal. I hated that. Just keeping it real. I did not like that at all, bro.
I like how the logo spins in the background and shit.
Doesn't that look like a Viking, like a Norse font?
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
Done it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like runic, like.
Right.
brother did this dog in lots of space.
Who is this?
That's Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray.
That's great there. Yeah.
Right, right.
For displays. Put a word of bio.
Yeah, they're really, really deep.
But I like this style better than like his, screaming.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like this is dope.
Because I think he's got a pretty good voice when he tones it back a little bit.
I agree.
He's got one of those voices where he'll just talk to you and serenade you.
Yeah.
Like make you want to just fucking touch yourself. Touch yourself. ASMR.
Devour planets in a cosmic theater. What do you think they're saying?
Maybe it's like some Rick and Morty shit.
That's the part
It's
that
like,
kind of
show me what you got.
Like, It's like they're setting it up that they're saving the world, but on the same hand, they have songs where it's like they're taking over. So I don't.
Yeah.
That this is the one that kind of throws me off.
Earth's Last Hope is the world eater, though.
But see, what this is really telling me is that they're diving into cosmic horror, which is Lovecraftian type of shit.
Well, that's because the world is so fucked up. Our last hope is the world eater.
Yeah.
Okay, that may, I like that. I could fuck with that.
I like that line. He said, "I'll hunt you with Cerebro."
That's pretty dope. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, and there's few and far.
Tell he's a nerd.
There's few and far in between, like punchlines and metaphors, kind of like that, on this album that I heard. But when they do spit them, they're kind of funny.
And there's nothing left. Look for the signal. Interesting. We devour planets and it calls me.
Yeah, to me, that's Lovecraftian all the way. Cosmic horror, creatures that come from space.
I love it.
Yeah.
Alternate dimensions.
Yes. That type of shit.
He kind of does the Rasta voice on this. That's a nowhere out the He's like,
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that was the reaction I did where I was talking about that flare.
Yeah. devour planets.
But
and
yeah,
the
I
world eater.
you know, I do like that. I like that that song. That sounds like a drunk Fozzie. Fozzie the bear, he's drunk and he's like mad, yelling at people.
That's exactly how I heard it. I played this song for my girl. And
Did
I
you?
told- yeah.
Swallow? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you did you get lucky there?
Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
did
like,
it? Really
I was like,
nice.
hey, listen to this song, and she's like, what's
So
it
you're
called?
saying if people play this song, then you'll get your dick sucked? Is that what you're insinuating?
Not only will your girl suck your dick, but she will swallow your load.
I'm trying it right after
Will
this.
she swallow
Play
your
this.
dick whole?
Play this because here's what she did. I started playing this. She looked up and was like, why are you playing this? I was like, and she was like, but I don't. And I was like,
It's
so
just
she
this
went down
fucking-
and started sucking, and then this ended, and it went on to Fire from Beyond, and I got the Fire from Beyond, bro. I busted all into her throat piece.
Damn.
There you go, man.
And that's what you get at this show. I tell you about my sex.
You are
exploits.
you're my hero.
And this
Thank
isn't
you,
even a
guys.
song. It's just this fucking dude talking. This
Exactly,
Iranian dude.
but he's using. I think it's like his accent. He's like, oh yes, put your mouth on.
Yeah,
his
let me hear.
balls.
Actually, let me hear a little bit of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I want you to put your mouth on his balls.
Since I listened to the wrong album, I didn't get to hear this.
Yeah, this is the skit that really like adds more lore to it. He explains why each one of them is called the Necromancer.
We're literally
Which-
talking over the most important skit on the album.
Yeah, so if you keep listening, though, he will explain. If you just listen really carefully,
Essentially.
if you listen really carefully,
Right here.
right around here,
Here.
for real, right behind where I'm talking, he's saying all the important shit. Just in case you wanted to listen, you go back and listen to that track.
If
I'm
you're
sorry.
listening,
all right,
on
let's just move
Spotify-
on.
If you're listening on Spotify
God damn, really?
or any live audio only source,
You see how I get shunned on this show, people? You see that?
you see that?
It's okay. I'm built for it. Okay, I can take it.
Say, you give me everything you got.
You gotta say shit like you picked the wrong one.
I ain't the one, bro. I ain't the one.
Why don't you
On my
stay-
mama. On my mama,
Yeah,
I
why
ain't
don't you
the
stay in
one.
your lane, man.
On my mama, ain't the one.
My mama, man. Hey, I wasn't trying to fuck around yesterday, but I got time today, cuz. I got time today.
Sometimes people will say you picked the right one and you picked the wrong one, but it means the same thing.
Hey man, you picked the right one, but you picked the wrong one, bro.
You picked the right one, but I'm also the wrong one.
But yeah. You picked the right one to be the wrong one.
Keezy,
Wait, hold on,
I
hold
swear
on.
to God, your laugh there just reminded me of the part off of Ding Ding Doll where the fake laughing away to his house. You literally sounded.
Oh
just
man, I wish I could recall.
You have to go back and rewatch it.
I've always said this. Keezy could have been a vocal like
Coach.
like a an actor, like a vocal, like a cartoon character.
Like
you know what I mean?
I
like a
wish.
voiceover for like pornography.
I wish.
Yes. Like I actually have tested it. Like I've had sex and had Keezy on the background like a recording.
It's
It works.
It's
It
effective.
truly does work.
Remember that time you were having sex and I was just like hiding?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she didn't know, and I was just like,
Absolutely.
and she
Yeah.
was like, "Whoa!" And she thought you'd busted a nut because that's the normal sound you. And I just knew I knew the sound.
Yeah.
You know, so I just made it. What?
Yep.
My ex-wife loved that, by the way, when y'all did that.
Yeah.
We did
Love
record it. I remember we showed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
It was so awesome. They both, man, same time.
Yep.
I'll put it on the Patreon.
Oh man, it was awesome. She's such a whore.
This song, "Fire from Beyond."
So, no, I like the hook on this one a lot.
Yeah, the hook's pretty melodic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the hook. This is one of the tighter hooks on the album.
They actually hit the keys that they need to hit. They're with the chords. They.
You're big on that.
melodic. I am. I'm big on being able to sing. Yeah. Yeah.
This particular song here, to me, was very reminiscent to a lot of what Loki does on his War album. So
He does a lot of this,
if
like,
you're
melodic
wondering- If
singing.
you're wondering what those sound like, it's very similar to what's being done here
You said on the Oracles, that's what he does?
on the Oracles. Yeah.
I see. And Gage just talked to us about that. He said that's kind of like Loki's Joker cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so would you say that Low Key is probably one of the most talented underground artists out there, DC?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because from what I've heard, I would kind of agree. I don't have a full view of the underground that I probably should, but from what I've heard, he's definitely the standout that I've heard. So as far as artists under there, and especially just what he's doing with like his merch and his imagery and shit like that. It's really fucking cool.
He's a G, man.
I would bet money that Violent J has tried to get him on Psychopathic Records. and he
100%.
turns
Yeah.
them down.
100%, bro.
I
what
would
would he
put
have to
money on
gain?
that.
What would he have to gain from that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
just keeping it real.
And that-
What would he
I feel
really
like
have?
that's why he would turn it down. And not only that, he likes being independent. He likes doing shit on his own. He
I
knows
don't-
all his own shit.
I don't want to
So-
put anything on him that's not like true, but doesn't he deal with like pretty severe anxiety as well, like
He
performance
retired
anxiety?
from performing because he has social anxiety, and
Yeah.
the only way he could really go on stage and perform was to get really drunk.
Yeah,
And he just decided he wasn't going to do that anymore because he wasn't giving the best show, from what
Yeah.
I understand. I'm paraphrasing like a motherfucker.
yeah, no.
But my understanding is he retired because of the social anxiety, and he didn't want to keep getting drunk to perform.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a long road right there, going down that road. And that's what a lot of people go through in the entertainment business is they have to get fucked up somehow on something
Right.
to be able
Well,
to
especially if
do
you're-
it.
Yeah, dealing with anxiety. I deal with anxiety. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily when I'm performing because I love attention, but like I totally get why I do deal with anxiety 100%. It's just not performance induced, and I know that shit can be crippling. So I can only imagine having
You deal with a different
having
type
to
of
do it.
anxiety.
Yeah, you're right. Day to day anxiety,
Yeah.
like bills and shit like that. You
Yeah,
know what
with people's eyes on you, I don't think it affects you that much. You don't. It doesn't. You eat that up like it's nothing.
I mean?
I'm an introvert like a motherfucker, so when I get around a crowd, I'm quiet and I'm like just in my shell.
Yeah, right.
So I totally get it.
Well, anytime you need me,
I can-
man.
if I
you
can
just
get
let me know.
attention, like,
I'll
I'll
reach
come
around
down.
for you and try to make you feel a little bit better and maybe get you out of your shell a little bit.
Megs is the one that's normally like, go,
Yeah,
go,
I'm-
have fun, go, open up. And it's tough. But sometimes I get out of that shell.
Yeah, I never cared just because most of the positive when I was younger, most of the positive interactions I got was from being an idiot. So it's like I was either getting bullied or I was being a clown, and then people were kind of like, ha ha ha, this guy's hilarious, and then I wasn't getting bullied anymore, so it was preferable to that,
Yep.
But yeah, and that was the best part about being a juggalo was that freedom. We'd go out in public. I remember literally what we used to do to hang out. We would just go to Walmart and like sit in the parking lot and like rap and shoot the shit, and then wander inside and walk around for 45 minutes, not spend any money, but like that was just kind of entertainment. You know what I mean? I don't know why I got on this topic.
It's cool. It's fun to hear stories like that.
Forest Lights.
I'm just like, mm-hmm.
I mean, those are great stories. I mean, but how relatable is that? How many of us did that type of shit when we were young? You'd go to Walmart or something. You go into a parking lot, get away from the house, from your parents. Somebody had a car. You'd get in there. You'd go somewhere.
So you can say cuss words. I remember having to call my mom and ask her if I could hang out with you guys too.
I used to call my dad and be like, hey, can I cuss?
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Hey dad, Dad, do you care if I say a bad word? I just want to say, and he'd say, which one, son? And I'd say the S word, and he'd say, I'll give you a D word, and I'd say, oh damn,
The only one he ever let me say was the N word.
Yep. It's like, no, oof. All right. And that's been Deck One Dealt. We'll see you guys later.
All right, we'll see you never. That's our last
that's
show.
that's why it just rolls off my tongue so
Now
easy.
now, guys,
You
that's
roll
why we-
you roll that R,
That's
huh?
why we say terms on this show. That's what we're known for in the Twitterverse, is for using slurs on this show, because God knows we are comfortable with that.
For the record, I haven't said it in a long time.
It's been a couple days.
I haven't said the N word in my since I was 7.
Really?
Oh, 100%. When I lived in Mississippi as a young man, I used to say that shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But then ICP kind of checked me into not saying that shit no more.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
Remember to cut this part out?
Yeah, right. Yeah, remember to cut this out of the final. No, because look, facts are facts.
You know, just for fun, we should
I'm
all
not
just
gonna look. I'm
just
not gonna deny my roots, man. When I lived in Mississippi, in the most segregated state, still to this day, that there was. Bro, we had a rebel flag.
I get it. Listen, let's not give power to it, okay? Everyone, on the count of 3, we're gonna say it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Nazis.
I was waiting. I'll just see if DC would join in.
Right? Yeah, we just.
No,
That's
no, actually, when I
Kyle's
when I rap
trying to
song-
entrap
when I rap
you.
along the songs that say it, I'm the one that's doing the ninja.
Yes.
Oh.
I
yes.
say ninja
Yeah.
instead.
I will say it when
And it's
I'm
hard.
doing. I will when I do say. I've said on a previous show. I do say it when I'm rapping a song.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also not in the car going, "Don't fuck with me," because I'm a hard ass. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
you know what I mean. But if I'm sitting there going,
But if you're listening to DMX, you're gonna say it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go. You know, who's this motherfucking tough ninja? You know,
Every time I
that's
listen,
just too much
dude,
to keep up with.
I
I'm
listen,
a freestyler,
dude,
and that's too much to keep up with.
I say it every time DMX comes on, because I'm like, hey, turn this N-word music off.
Stop, God. Please.
Hey,
All right.
hey, DC, would you like to be head of the Deck One Dealt from now on?
Bye, everyone.
We're doing a staff change. We're looking for a.
Just kidding, guys. Come on. I love it. I love DMX. Oh, gosh.
R.I.P. DMX.
Hey, Twitterverse, did you
You're gonna
catch
get
that
me in
one?
trouble, man. People are like, "Why are you cool with these guys?"
Yeah, exactly. I know.
I
that's
know,
why,
man.
That's why I know you get that shit all the time where people will be like, "Why are you cool?" We
I
know we're the redheaded
people
stepchild.
People think we say slurs and we're not PCs. I mean, okay, but we're just
we're
being.
not,
Look,
but
I'm just
we
trying to
don't
be
say
funny. If that made you laugh, it got the job done, man. It was
yeah,
worth
but the
it.
thing is, we don't really say slurs. Keezy sometimes says fag, but he doesn't mean it for gay people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, at all. Yeah. Look, guys, that's.
Maybe he's talking about a bundle of sticks.
Exactly. Every time I pass by and I have all my whole family in the car, I'm like, oh, look, somebody put some more faggots out by the street again.
And we're just talking about sticks, guys. We're not.
I'll
talking
be,
about,
it's just a bundle of sticks.
We're not talking about that. We are very,
boy.
very, very, very friendly.
I also say it every time I drive down in the short north, too.
Oh yeah.
We can't do this when we have guests on the show. You can't. If it's just us and DC's not our guest, that's fine. Okay, we just have to do one of these things.
I'm sorry.
As just for all listeners, the views expressed by the Deck One Dealt team are not necessarily the views expressed by any of the
Here, I'll
guests
just give one
or
of these.
listeners of this show.
There you go. Sorry.
I think it's one of those guilty by association.
No way.
People are like, why are
Hey,
you cool? Why are you
we're
cool
just-
with
And
these
look, the
guys?
thing is, if you think seriously for 1 second that we would ever use any of those terms, fuck off anyway.
Look,
you know what I mean?
if you
Fuck
got
off.
if you got a
'Cause
problem
we
with that, clip it, share it to everyone you know, and tell them about our show, please. Hey, call your mom, especially.
Boo this man.
They're just making my ears sweat.
Clip it however you like. Reshuffle the words however you like. Do one of those things like they do with Joe Rogan, where like they have him talking to Alex Jones and like they're saying gay things to each other.
Dude.
Do that. Here, I'll give you some more things
We'll
to
blame it
say.
on AI.
I'll give you some more things to say.
Please stop. Please don't do this.
Chris,
Kyle.
I just want to suck your dick.
Well, I like that.
Stuff like that.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
Carver,
so-
oh man, when you blow your load all over me, I just love it.
Oh, so you're doing like soundbite.
People can clip that and make funny
Okay.
videos.
I have the smallest cock in the group.
Okay, I thought we were supposed to say jokes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was looking for a sound effect. I was trying to get to.
Yep.
All
When he
right.
said that.
All right.
and this has been our Cabal review.
All right. So, anyways, this song, "The Curse."
Jesus Christ!
What
If
can you
these
tell us
guys
about the curse?
If these guys ever tune in to hear our opinion, they will fucking shiver at the thought of us liking this
Oh
album.
man.
I'm sorry, Cabal. You
My-
deserve more than this for your review.
My thoughts and expressions are not my thoughts and expressions.
Yeah. We look. The views expressed on this show are not representative of all members of this show.
They're specifically represented by DC Fago Guy because we had him sign a form before he came on that said, "I co-sign everything you guys say."
Yep.
It is true. You have to do that before you come on the show. You have to sign a document stating that you support everything we say on the show 100% with no takebacks.
No,
you
actually,
honk-
I'm gonna
Also,
shamelessly
if you
plug
are
that
in the
if
chat-
you weren't satisfied with this review, don't worry. I plan on dropping my review, and it will be serious.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. That's true. If
You
you guys
come here
want
for the laughs and the jokes and the fun time. You come to me for the serious.
exactly,
business.
Absolutely.
If you want a legit, like very thorough review, which we do give some albums, we didn't on this one, not because we don't
It's
like
because
the
it's
album.
new and we don't know it.
It's
That's
new,
it. That's all it
exactly.
is.
We just don't know
it's
much
no
about it.
offense. We just don't know it. So all we
Yeah.
have to do is make jokes about
Now
it.
hold on. Now this song in particular, the title, "Wizard of Saws."
Dope title.
I mean, that's right there. I'm like, what the fuck? I have to know more.
Yeah.
Is
And-
who
And it's
would
basically
be
about killing everyone's every other underground rapper. So, fuck yeah, Wizard of the Saws. Literally like about peeking behind the curtain and just killing whoever's back there. That's why the
Wait, hold
you know
on.
who
I
the
like
Wizard
that.
of the
I like
Saws
that.
was?
Let
Jigsaw.
me ask you this: was there any J disses on this? I kind of thought I heard some subliminals.
there's probably subliminals in there, but they don't directly say anything towards him. But anyone can take it like, oh, this is about
Yeah.
such and such.
Yeah,
Your
and
taste,
that's
Jay?
all it is. It's like, man, that sounds like it could have been towards the J. I didn't know if I was the only one that thought that, so I was kind of just
to
asking
me, it's
you.
just the typical hip hop flex, and I'm better than your favorite
Yeah.
rapper. Fuck them. you know?
Gotcha. But yeah, again, like we are not trying to say if you really want a true review on this, go to DC. He's gonna give you
DC Fago
that.
guy,
We're
yeah.
just here chilling, listening to it. But yeah, if you really want it, DC's got what you need. He's got
Shameless,
the hookup.
100% shameless plug. DC
Yeah.
Fago Guy is the shit. He delivers awesome videos. And if you don't go watch this video about this album, you're a piece of shit and a child rapist. I'm
If
just
you don't
saying.
watch DC Vago guy, you're a joke.
If you,
Yeah.
exactly.
So fine, if you don't want to go watch his video on this album, then go rape a child, you fucking loser.
they definitely say the N word.
Well, sorry. You're definitely. I bet you jerk off to your fucking mother. You
DC,
sicko.
I tried. I tried
You
to keep
sicko.
it. I tried to keep it serious.
No.
I apologize for
You didn't
this,
even
guys.
listen to the right album.
This is
What do you
DC
mean?
Vago guy. I do not support that message. Please do
At
not
all.
rape children. You don't have to watch me if you don't want to.
Oh, no.
Don't rape children.
No,
That's very, very
okay.
bad.
That's true. Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. I went extreme, guys. But come on. I don't think that about anyone.
And look, I promise
Well,
next week.
there's some actual people out there who do that shit, and that's fucked. But I'm saying, on a joking sense, I would never joke about anyone like that. Come
Yeah.
on, guys.
And by the way,
After I just joked about someone like
next week I promise to listen to the right album, whatever that may be. I will fucking listen to the right album,
Well,
as long as you guys
as long
don't
as it's
fuck
not
me up.
twisted, because I don't want. Well, what? Why don't we review the Ouija Mac Golden PSP album next week?
Whatever album, whatever the Golden PSP, I will listen. Did Sony make a gold?
I mean, if we're playing PSP, I'm in.
Yeah, okay.
No, Golden BSP. He's a musician. He did an album with Ouija Mac.
Backstreet Boys?
No, BSP. I don't know what it stands for. I think it means.
So what you're saying is I should take next week off and not watch because you're.
Oh, guys, come on,
I'm
bro.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Bro, guys, Look, here's the thing, man. C7. Look, that Ouija album is dope. Did you listen to that album? Have you listened to it?
Is there really a new album?
It's Ouija Mac and Golden BSP.
That's new?
No, it's not that new. No,
I'm not listening to
newish.
that. No, I'm not listening.
Why
to
don't we
that.
do it next year? You guys got to do an album I want to do on the show.
Wait, hold on. This is the last song on this album.
No, there's two.
No, there's two more.
Oh, the next
the
song.
last song.
Yeah, the next song's a skit, I
Close is
guess.
just a skit.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah,
kind of
so
the
this is
outro.
the true last song,
Yes.
Yes.
and you guys are fucking talking through it. Shut the
sorry,
fuck up.
sorry. Look, it was good.
Hold on, let's listen to it.
The chorus is actually pretty dope.
Let me listen to it.
We here to fuck you up with this wicked shit.
Yeah. No, the song is dope as hell. The whole album is great. It's
Also-
just that, I literally just started listening to this 2 days ago.
I listened to the wrong album.
Yeah.
So this is my first
I'm
listen.
I'm not in that boat. I'm gonna flex. I've been listening since Tuesday, so
My man.
So give us a
Got my
pre-
shit
My
Tuesday.
God.
give us a
My God.
preview, DC. Right now, give us a preview. What do you think of this album? Just kind of like overall in the grand scheme of the underground. What just a little preview of what your
A review.
is going to be like.
Oh, I
quick
see. A preview of your review.
What about a prequel view? A prequel
view?
a queef
Preview.
This album, they went the fuck off. You know what? I've actually took a few notes. I'll just read you some of my little fucking.
I mean,
notes
don't
here.
give us everything. Save it for your
channel.
review. Just just a little, anything.
Let's see. Noteworthy mentions: I have Gray went apeshit, growling throughout the album, almost sounding demonic. Low-key channels, some Oracle shit with the singing and themes, references, portraits of horror, and Coming with Me. They leveled it the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, the Watchers they introduced, and now they're expanding it. This album is amazing. I don't want to review it too soon because
Right.
I'm trying to absorb everything
Yeah.
and see where it's going. But there's so much that they've done on this that I absolutely love. It blows the first one out of the water, which I didn't think was possible
Wow.
because of how amazing it is. And when it comes to the underground scene, Buckshot has me excited to listen because
Yeah.
I've got to pay attention to everything going on because this is setting up a story. And that's something that I don't think has been done enough in the underground. I know Ouija Mac has his prophecy of Dark Planet, which is cool. Obviously,
Yeah.
ICP's got the Joker cards. Low-key does the oracles, and now we have this to really look forward to. This is some big extravagant story, and I think it's fucking amazing, and it makes listening to music exciting for me. So
Yeah.
that's my little fucking
Oh,
preview,
yeah,
my
man.
2 cents,
Oh,
motherfucker.
yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
I'll say
you
this.
heard it here first. You heard it. You heard the preview here first, and then you hear it there second. So exclusive DC Fago guy. We are more exclusive than his own channel. What can I say?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I'll say this.
it's fine.
I listened to the album. I actually really enjoyed it. Like
did.
it was as far as there was a couple thoughts in my mind as I was listening to this. I was like, I don't think there's anybody doing like horrorcore shit like on a higher level than this. You know,
it's crisp.
you can make the argument for AXE, I guess, but I don't even think they're touching this. Like they're a lot more like I guess like darker and shit, but this shit is more creative. I'll say that. And the packaging obviously blows me away. It's worth getting for that alone.
insane,
I think that the music though, I think if you're a fan of the first album, you definitely will like this album. I thought the first album was pretty good. Like we listened to it on the show. Me and DC did a episode on that a year ago or so. And I did enjoy that, but I thought this album was at least just as good, and I look forward to giving it some more spins. I definitely enjoyed it more than these guys.
I would go far to say it. Well, I 100% enjoyed it. It's just I don't listen to a whole lot of horrorcore in my normal playlist rotation. I listen to a lot of low key, but low key kind of stretches more out of that horrorcore element. I think a little bit more.
He does.
This is
Yeah,
a
for
very
sure.
horrorcore album. Now I will say this though, in the horrorcore genre, this could be a contender for like album of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because this is a very polished, very, very well done horrorcore album, and I think this leads the pack in that genre.
I mean, I think this is blowing the shit out of anything Chapter 17 is doing. I'll say that. This album, I say it with zero hyperbole, this album is better than everything I've ever heard from Chapter 17.
As the ambassador for C17 on the show, I'm going to say no comment.
I think if you're a juggalo and you're not into Chapter 17 type shit, start looking into like this type of shit.
This is
I
for
think
deck
this is
one heads for
I,
sure.
I think this is definitely going to scratch an itch that chapter 17 does not scratch at all for people like me. You know.
Here's a
love
good hot
C17,
take for
bro.
you.
I love
Cabal is Dark Lotus with lore. So if you wanted Dark Lotus with an actual story and theme, this is it.
Yeah, okay.
That's my hot take.
Feel that. Yeah,
That's yeah. I mean that. Yeah.
I gotta revisit this. There's no way that this is better than everything on C17's catalog.
Okay.
But okay, fair enough statement. I just wanted to clear that up from the air because that was a ridiculous statement.
Ridiculous take.
Ridiculous statement.
DC, I got a question.
Even though this is amazing as fuck.
I know this is probably a
This is
hard
great,
question,
but yeah.
but
So see
how would you
DC,
how would you compare this to a Dark Lotus album? Like say like your favorite Dark Lotus album, how does this album stand up to that? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it on par?
What with Dark Lotus?
That's
no,
hard
bro.
to scale
That's a
because
bad-
Dark Lotus is so epic because it's ICP and Twisted, and they fucking built a throne that they sat on, and then Dark Lotus is like the castle.
They
You know
built
what I
this
mean?
city.
To be fair though, I put original Dark Lotus and succeeding Dark Lotus on different levels. I think the original Dark Lotus was like otherworldly almost. That just seemed like magic when I heard that album. That shit was so crisp and wonderfully done. And then once they replaced Mars with ABK, and everything since then has been good, but it hasn't been as magical as the first one, in my opinion.
So, but
Right.
is that where we're putting the Cabal at? Is it's comparable to Dark Lotus? Is that kind of where everybody's at? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would absolutely stamp it with that.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, and I don't remember if I had said it in a video or in Discord, I always felt like Tales from the Lotus Pod was
Oh, he's leaving us hanging.
like Dark Lotus.
there it
Oh, I thought it froze.
And then Black Green. I'm freezing?
Oh yeah, he froze for
Am
a
I good?
second. You're good now.
Okay. Let me restate that.
Mm.
I always felt that Tales from Lotus Pod was Dark Lotus.
Mm.
Black Rain was more of an ICP Twisted and Blaze, if that makes sense.
No.
Opaque Brotherhood, you get actual Dark Lotus again, where it's dark, they're all cohesive. And then Mud, Water, Air, and Blood is ICP Twisted and Blaze.
Mm.
So it's kind of
Okay,
like
yeah.
in Black Rain and in Mud, Water, Air, and Blood, they were just kind of back together just to put songs out there with no real theme to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I would feel like this Cabal has them together with a theme, a story, and a higher concept. That's where I would put it comparative to Dark Lotus. There's a concept here, and it's being delivered on.
I agree. I think
But
they're
hard
killing
to,
it.
It's really hard to compare it to Dark Lotus because of the epic level that Dark Lotus is because of who is in Dark Lotus.
Who they are. Yeah, who they and then of course, the nostalgia and shit like that.
Are you part
Right.
of the Cabal?
Absolutely, dude. Do you not follow me on Instagram? I was wearing my fucking drip yesterday, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
Sir.
sweet
Oh,
as shit.
that drip was flames, bro.
Yeah, that was
Telling you, man.
a nice shirt.
You know, and guys, I listened to the wrong album, but from what I heard today here, this was my first listen. It seemed pretty cool. It seemed pretty
It's legit, man.
yeah, I kind of liked it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
okay.
gotta listen to it more in the upcoming weeks. We'll probably even retouch on this like with comments and shit because like I'm sure we'll comment on it in future shows.
Yeah.
It is a big ass album in the underground.
And if anybody wants to sell their set without the shirt and jersey, let me know. I'll buy it off you.
We'll buy it from you.
Same with the first one. I want the first one now too, just because I want to be able to have the whole collection. You know, that's all I
Yeah,
want.
You want it looking like this?
Yes,
On your fucking shelf.
I do absolutely.
Right.
So the first one was the pyramid. What was it called?
The Watchers.
The Watchers. So it was like a pyramid
Watchers.
theme, and this one's a pit theme.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The
So
Pit,
the
gotcha.
first one, The Watchers, which interestingly they called the first album The Watchers, but that was because they were introducing The Watchers. The pyramid is actually called the Monolith of Zeos. And then once you enter the pyramid, which is what happens in the pit, they actually go inside of the structure, the temple, and they find out that in one of the main rooms is this pit.
Mm.
So the rituals of what they do, they kill the people, and then the souls are transferred into energy that goes somewhere else in the temple. So that's potentially another area that they're going to explore later.
Well,
that's
that's what I
just
was,
kind of the direction.
that's what I was going to ask. Are they going in the pit for the next album, or are they still in the structure of the pyramid
The
or
whole-
that type of thing?
The pit is just introducing one of the areas inside
Okay.
the temple. I imagine the next album will go to another area of
Gotcha.
the temple.
Gotcha.
The
That would be
sacrifice
that would
room.
be what would really be cool is what I'm thinking is like if they go to the peak of the pyramid where the eye is, and like that's
That'd
an
be dope.
album, you know.
That'd be cool.
That would be dope.
And then they could put like a little eye structure
Horus.
on top.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
Eye
hit
of
myself.
Horus.
Whatever.
But yeah, man. All in all, fucking
Pretty cool album.
High concept underground shit. It's crazy that they were able to get together and make this happen.
This is on Mr. Gray's label, yeah.
Yeah.
Like mob style.
Oh.
That's Buckshot's label.
Buckshot.
Or Buckshot.
Yeah.
Shit. I always sorry. Sorry to Mr. Gray and Buckshot for literally mixing you up. And Loki for mixing all of you up on this review, bullshit talk, whatever. I'm sorry, okay? You have
To be fair-
you have clips of
to
us
be-
saying horrible things so you can get your revenge on us.
To be fair, Chris, Mr. Gray as a solo artist is signed to Mob Style Music.
Oh, I didn't
okay,
know that.
boom.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So
cool.
it was his label. Just not he doesn't own it.
He doesn't own it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
And Loki is not on that affiliated with Mob Style, right?
Nope. He's
He's just a
independent.
homie.
Yep.
Gotcha.
He has Mission Effect.
Mission Effect, yeah. Does he have a team? Does Loki have a team with him? Or is it just him doing his thing?
I don't know.
For the most part, I think he does a lot of it himself.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, does he have any rap collective he runs with or anything like that?
He's the one behind Mission Effect.
Yeah, there's like
Other than that, not really. I mean, he's got all the UPS.
So, like,
homies,
if I
but
wanted to join Mission Infect, I would just, like, email him? Like, is that a label? Like, he has people...
that I can't say. I don't know. I'm assuming he reaches out to the artists.
I got
and it's
you.
like, hey, do you want to be part of this?
So, like, if
'Cause
someone said, like,
my
I'm
understanding
just
is every
Chris.
single person in Mission Infect is an independent artist that's not on a label, and that's the whole point. Is they're infecting the underground with these dope artists.
I see.
That's pretty cool. I will say this.
Hey, Loke, what's up, Loke? Let's infect some shit.
Start
Loke.
making a name for yourself, Just Chris.
I'm trying.
Get
Alright,
in there,
anyway,
rubbing
guys.
elbows with the famous fun time guys and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man,
You
that's
guys could get out there easily. Broken Fork could.
Doing this. We're doing it, man.
It's happening.
I ain't going
Start.
nowhere without you, DC. You got to be behind us. You got to be behind. We need you, brother.
I'll be your intro guy. How about that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I need you. Yeah, we need you behind us.
Can you speak in an Iranian accent?
I can do my best. I
Yeah. Right. They come up
That's
to
good.
the
May I interest
microphone.
you in this broken fort here? It's all busted up. It's not got any. It's not got walls like you would expect, but it is dope. It is broken fort. Enjoy. You take.
I
You
like
take
it.
now. Give me money.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's fort. It's pieces of fort. You have to put together. It's broken. It's broken.
I've got another voice I can do, but you got to check the Deck One Out hotline voicemail to hear that voice.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
all right. You want me to play it?
You guys haven't played it, and I left a fucking voicemail like weeks ago.
I did listen to
Fuck,
it
John.
though.
Oh, I
Did you? Okay. Well, now I just told on myself that was.
Yeah.
I'll have to say.
Oh well, maybe we'll save it. Well, a mystery person will leave us a voicemail next week.
'Cause I will say this: Keezy, the runner of the show here at Deck One Out. I don't know if you know him. He has not told me we had a hotline. I don't remember him ever saying that. So
It's literally at the bottom of the show.
Whatever you call your phone.
It says it right there. Leave us a voicemail at 970-633-2586. Feel free to give us a call 970-633-2586.
you know I can't read.
Or catchphrases.
You guys shared that
Oh,
that
yeah.
new artist's song, and it conveniently on Facebook had a little button for me to click call, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'll do it."
Nice.
And then let break y'all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit us up. And check
Wordplay.
out more Fuck Out of Here.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Oh shit, I said wordplay. That was weird. They're not the same person at all. But yeah, fuck out of here. You gotta check that
Get
out
outta
because
here.
that's the intro to what's about to be dropping on your noggins. That's all I'm saying.
Well, do we want to say anything else before we wrap it up? I think we did a cool, fun show tonight.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Thank you, DC. Thank you again, dude. Fucking,
Absolutely.
we really do appreciate you for coming on and sitting through this shit, man.
Always a pleasure to come on here. You know.
You're my favorite wild card to have in my hand.
Yeah,
I love having you in my hand.
all jokes aside, we hung out with you at the gathering, and like you are a fucking true blue awesome dude. So thank you
sure.
so much.
So that's how I feel about y'all. So
yeah,
it's
you
mutual.
Megs too, man. You and Megs are you're awesome people. Just nothing but positivity. Like you could lift anybody up and just make them feel good. So thank you a lot.
Yes.
And
Well,
also,
thank you.
guys, check out the black metal album Cabal by Cabal.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out to Cabal and their black metal album, which Derek thought was okay, a little satanic, but okay.
Yeah, it was it was cool. So maybe we can do a metal podcast one day and review that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, hey,
Yeah.
wrong.
Hey,
out,
if
but-
you guys do it and you're going up for Fear Factory, give me a call. I'll
oh
have
yeah,
on that show
Fuck
too.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Break up the edge, Crusher.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. Let's shuffle the fuck up on out here. Thanks, DC, for joining us, man.
Yep. Thanks
Peace
for having
out,
me as
yo.
always.
Listen to the pit. Join the Cabal. See you guys.
Oh man, my dick is so fucking hard. I gotta pee, guys.
Take my pants off.
Yeah.
Someone's excited.
Couldn't wait. All right, thanks, DC. We'll see you.